Hello everyone, I am Tasta and I hope all of you have been having a good weekend so far. Today we are going to be continuing the hunt for the gnome in hopes that we finally get a vault key. Will we be getting one? Probably not, but it is worth a shot. If nothing else, we will have a gigantic stack of gold. We are definitely reaching 3 million by the end of today. That is essentially going to happen for sure. So we'll have 3 million gold, we'll have that to throw into the guild. Not sure if raids or the other thing has anything that requires gold, but if they do, we have plenty of gold to throw at it. I don't think they do. I believe raid bosses mainly just requires the event troop related stuff, so you would need Shintang for the raid bosses most likely on Monday, and for invasions, it uses whatever the troop type is, so I don't think we'll specifically need gold, but just in case, for whatever reason, we have a good reserve of it for sure at this point. But yeah, if you guys have anything that you want me to go over, any questions, any teams you want me to mess around with, or need help building, just let me know and we'll definitely make sure to do so. Other than that, we'll mainly just be messing around with a couple of the newer troops, as well as, of course, grinding out in hopes that we can finally get ourselves this vault key. We're currently at, as you can see at the bottom there, 25 gnomes without a single key yet. No clue what the drop rate is, but I feel like we're getting below whatever the drop rate is, for sure. I highly doubt they made it that rare. It's rare, not that rare though. But hello everyone, hello Simple, hello Vlad, hello Cypher, hello Watcher, hello Jesse, hello Loro, hello Mashi, hello Frag Hunter, hello Richard, welcome all, welcome, welcome. Guild War Shocktopus team, please. For what day? For today, which is Yellow Day, I believe. I don't know if there's enough true damage on a yellow to do it. I was thinking more towards the green for when I would actually use it, if I was to ever bother using it. Yeah, I don't think a yellow has enough true damage on it. I can go check real quick. Last I recall, yellow does not have that much in regard to true damage. Let's see, there's Astral Spirit, so I guess we could start from there. So we'll go get Astral Spirit, get the Shocktopus, and keep moving from here. Oops, I did not mean to go all the way out. Yellow color. Let's see, what else do we have? No. Hello, or thank you for subscribe, Qbot HD. Much appreciated. Too bad there's not some kind of divine team out of true damage. There's Moloch, but we're starting to get a really weird... Moloch's not divine, but... Yali, I'm pretty sure you don't have. Plus, it conflicts with what we already have on the team. Where's the other one I was looking for? Well, I guess it would just be Moloch, then. The problem is, that's a really clunky team, if we were to go all this. We could try using Shocktopus and not full true damage, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose of even using him in the first place. He's not really that good of a troop, compared to what I thought he would kind of be. The biggest issue with him is he's too random on if he'll have a good enough board to actually function on. He's way too inconsistent most of the time, and that's really bad for Guild War kind of situations. But yeah, it's basically just Moloch with one mana generator. There isn't much else we could do with that, and there's no proper mana generator that we'd really be able to put on that either. Because we're, like, what color would we even do at this point? I guess we could go a Gorgolfa frontline and just kind of go that way, and just go with, like, a loop with that, and just kind of hope that that would work. Yeah, we can go test this in PvP real quick. Should have enough board control with the Astral Spirit to kind of get things going, and then kind of just work from there. So we'll do it in that order. Banner will just be standard Gorgolfa because he will be needed to get everything up. Just throw it onto a brown-yellow wherever that is located. Where's Drifting Sands? There it is. I need to get used to what all the banners look like now. I do not recognize any of them whatsoever. But yeah, we could throw something like this down. I definitely wouldn't suggest this if you had other options. But if you did want to go something with Shocktopus, this should function for Guild War purposes. So right here, he has Astral Spirit too. That's kind of funny. Well, I kind of just need to ignore it. No point in trying to contest them. I can remove all yellow. It's kind of funny. We're actually both using a pure yellow team right now. I'll go throw that down. Nice, extra turn right there. Clear out the board. And now we should be good to go. Okay. So we actually got a mana drain on him before he even got to cast, so that's pretty convenient, especially since we get boost ratio off of that. So go to that. Shocktopus on yellow is really good value right now, simply because his entire team is indeed pure color. So we'll be able to get a lot out of that. He does get some board out of it, though. That's the other big issue with Shocktopus too. You either have to go for board control or for damage. Very rarely will you be able to go for both simultaneously. But we'll get a Gorgolfa here. Nothing else that will give us another cast. Astral Spirit is more damage though. Well, at least to a single target, it's more damage. But since he is using so much yellow, we can just go for that again. We'll give him some blues, but at this point, it's just one Astral Spirit away from death. And doesn't matter where we do it, down it goes. And something along the lines of that would be okay. I personally wouldn't really bother with it much, but if you don't have any other options and you truly want to use a Shocktopus, you can kind of go use that. It's more of a defend-related troop. The reason you never see it on defend, though, is the AI uses it horribly. So Shocktopus currently has very little purpose in the game, unless they ever rework the AI. It'd be really good on defense, but in the current state of how he functions on defend, he is useless. So ridiculously useless. Yeah, something along the lines of that. You ran Gorgolfa, Shocktopus, Amnesia, and Famine. That sounds like it would work too. Normally if I'm going Amnesia, I would just go full Daemons, but doing the one replacement to try getting a Shocktopus in there would still function. Do we have alignment? Yes, we do. Let's do Mercy. I almost did that mistake again where you convert out something that you already have a single color convert for. You always want to go for those single color converts before you go for your choosable convert. So if we have a Mercy, we'd always want to do Mercy first before our Diviner if we have alignment for the Mercy. Because the Diviner will have a lot more options than what the Mercy does every single time. Speaking of that, we do not have alignment here, so we'll go for that. Just get some damage down. And we'll get another cast, hopefully. Never mind, okay. That does not leave us with much. I almost just want to take that green because that gets it to full mana. And that just dies off a burn, perfectly fine. Do we even need red? It gives us skulls. But yeah, let's get rid of it. So we'll do that. Go for a Infernus here. And now anything we hit it with will indeed kill. Almost burn will kill it at this point, it's so low. Unfortunately, it won't actually kill it, but we'll go for that. And come on, we don't even have red to skull right now. We'll store the Infernus, I guess, and down it goes. Also, hello, Moshi. And hello, Captain. You're the same level and bonuses as you, but your teams are around 9,900-ish. You notice that you are 10k. Is that guild bonuses or just more troop upgrades? Could be more troop upgrades, could be... Well, right now I'm below it, too, for whatever reason. Some teams just do that. Oh, wait, it's because I'm using lower rarities right now. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. It could be from level, too. What level are you? Oh, you said you're about the same level, though. But level does contribute to the... to your little rating thing as well. They are normal teams, like if we go over to something that's... That's weird. Why is this one lower, too? Oh, because Moneylender. Can I find a team that actually has 4 maxed out troops? There we go. Oh, never mind. It has Hero on it. Hero accounts for slightly less score as well. So, like this random team right here. Yes, that's my score when using a normal team. 10,178. Yeah, I guess it's just from my normal bonuses. I'm not quite sure. Here are all the bonuses we have. Ignore the other two all the way to the right. But we have 10 attack, 10 magic, 23 HP, 24 on Monday, 20 armor. And from guild, it's just the standard ones from having it maxed out. 3 attack, 2 magic, and 8 armor and HP. Yeah, these are the only ones that are likely to be slightly different. And if they are, then that's probably what's causing it. Also, some level disparity could put it off by anywhere from about 10 to 100 points. Though you said you're about the same level, so that wouldn't be a factor then. If anything, it'll just be a few points off, not hundreds. So I'm not quite sure what it could be, if it's not the stats then. Let's see. Hello, Carlina. Welcome as well. Welcome, welcome. The Gnomes have had these rewards cut, no doubt about it. Oh yeah, the Gnomes definitely had their rewards cut. They ended up cutting the rewards, but they increased the frequency. Though I don't think they increased the frequency enough compared to how much they nerfed the rewards, to be honest. Feels almost like the exact same frequency, just a little bit more common. Yet it has extremely cut rewards compared to before. So a little bit of a weird combination. Hopefully they'll find some kind of balance for it, but yeah, it's a little bit weird how they currently have it set up, that is for sure. Luckily, this is not the only way that you end up getting all those orbs and everything. There are many other ways of getting it. I believe the only things that are specifically unique only to the Vault are the Vault troops. I don't recall them being in any other drop pool other than specifically the Vaults. Oh, he got Barrier. It's always annoying when that thing constantly keeps getting barrier because you can never get it killed. It actually got nerfed a while back to make sure that it could never infinitely loop. Hey, it's Celestial already. Oh, that didn't take long. It used to have like a 10 gem spawn, I believe it was, but then they nerfed it because it was starting to have some really bad barrier issues. Kind of wish they would move it to a 9 though. It's currently at an 8, and at 8 gem spawn, it is essentially useless. There are almost no teams in the game that you'd ever bother using it in, just because it's way too inconsistent compared to other gem spammers. And the effect of it's really lackluster. All it is an HP buff and cleanse. That doesn't really do much. There's some troops that do that to everything. So let's throw that down. And I guess one Rowan into the kill, and wipe them out, and keep the hunt continuing. I'll try to alternate between this and PvP as well. I don't want to just spam Explore the entire time, but we will be grinding it just a little bit to try to find these gnomes. By about 30 gnomes, I think I'm just going to stop even trying to find these things at that point. Because once we reach that many, we're not getting the key. We might as well just wait for the vault event at that point if we don't get it by 30 gnomes. Hello, Wayne. Welcome. But yeah, today's probably the last day I'm hunting for them until the event. And as I mentioned, we are likely going to be doing a very, very, very long stream whenever they do the event. Depends what my schedule is on that week, but assuming I am free, and I most likely will be, we will be doing probably a 12-hour stream for when the vault event first comes out. And of course, what we'll be doing is farming all the vaults. We should be able to get, hopefully, 1 vault key per hour under that format. Or I hope it's that kind of rate, like 1 vault key every 1 or 2 hours. But we'll have to see what exactly the rate is once it actually comes out. We don't know when the next vault event will be. Obviously, we've never even had one to begin with, so we don't even know exactly what the rates will be or anything. But hopefully it'll be next Friday. They'll run from Friday to Sunday whenever they do run. So we'll overlap with our stream times anyways. Alright, we'll go move the red over. Throw down the sunbird there, and down it goes. Let's see, you've gone from level 350 to 473 so far since the gnome patch. I know, I've gained so many levels too. I gained more levels this week than I think I have in the past month, in the few days since the gnomes came out. They must have a lot of data on people playing a lot more because of that. Actually, I didn't even check the Steam side of things. Let me actually go check that. 1 second. Stream... No, what is it called? Oh, I forget what the website's called that shows it all now. Steam charts. There it is. Okay. Let me look up Gems of War real quick. I'm actually kind of curious on that note. Gems of War. And let's see here. Yeah, it has gone up as of recently due to the most recent patch. A little bit hard to tell because it's only been out for a few days. But, yeah, it did spike up compared to the last month. It did noticeably spike up by about 100 or so. At least on the Steam version. It doesn't show every version because it's only tracking Steam. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so people are playing more just to try to farm the gnomes, apparently. Not much more, but there's definitely several hundred people that are trying to do it. Interesting. We are one of those. We are one of those several hundred peoples. I'll go throw that down. Also, thank you, Mole Lawrence, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Can you help with the reset of question, please? Sure. Oh, wait. What was the rest of your question? What was even the question to begin with? Finding it hard in PvP battles on 2 and 3 trophy battles. Getting kingdoms to +2 bonuses. Any advice on balancing out? +2 bonuses, that's not really something you need to worry about too much. If you're struggling with it, then you're probably not at the point in the game where you should be trying to grind it yet. Once you get to 5 stars, you pretty much start getting almost every kingdom at once to 5 stars. It's not something you should rush too much, except maybe on the magic kingdoms if you can. But all the rest of the kingdoms, you can kind of just let them roll in whenever. You don't necessarily need to focus them specifically. As far as working to upgrade them, the power orbs that are from the new 2 game modes, that are replacing out Guild Wars, the raids and the invasions, those 2 are likely going to be really good for 5-star and kingdoms, mainly because they're going to give orbs that will upgrade specific troops, which you could use to upgrade specific kingdoms. Because at this current moment in time, there isn't any, other than event keys, there isn't any way to specifically focus down a single kingdom to try to get its stars. But with the orbs, that should be a little bit more obtainable through the new Guild War system, or you know, the Guild War replacements of raids and invasions. Those two game modes should be giving a decent amount of orbs, not like an excessive amount, but more than 0. So we'll be getting some through there that you can use to then focus down specific troops to start getting your kingdom levels. As far as 2 trophies and 3 trophies, that mainly just comes down to team compositions and what you have. 2 trophies should be pretty easy to do. 3 trophies I can understand, because earlier on in the game they can be a little bit difficult if you don't have the right combinations. Right now, my lower level account doesn't really have that many teams, and even some of the better teams that it has can't really compete with some of the really large ones. The only thing I really use at the moment that my other build, or my other account, can kill anything with, including like level 1000s at like under level 100, is Double Dwarven Gate, Valkyrie, Tesla. Still a very amazing team. You personally don't see me using it much, mainly because there's other alternatives later on. But that team can win against everything throughout the entire game, including dungeons, including basically every game mode that doesn't have any kind of restriction. I'll go move that over, throw a WAN at it. Yeah, I can go do that team real quick. I've shown it several times before, but I normally don't use it as a main kind of invasion team. We can go throw it against this real quick. Oh, that's a really weird team to throw it against, but let's see. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, actually, that is what I meant to do. Dwarven Gates. Put that there, get a Valkyrie into the red yellow that's already there. And, oops, not where I meant to move it. And get the Tesla in there. Still really enjoy this team. Always a lot of fun to mess around with. And where is it? We just need that banner, and we're good to go. Okay, let's get into it. You got an error today where your first Guild War battle gave you only 1.2k instead of normal 3k. You won fast with the full mana and troops at the end and had pure yellow. Did you accidentally not set your defend team? That's the only thing I could possibly think of, because that's what determines if you get that 2000 bonus or not. So you may have accidentally set a repeat team or something with your defense. That's the only thing that possibly could have done it. That, or it didn't register your defend for whatever reason. Because that's the exact amount of points that you're missing is 2000. Which is the exact amount you get for having them in the first place. We're going to go for the unique 4 defend, that is. Throw the Tesla there, get a Valkyrie. Throw this onto anything that we have as an opening. And that's going to be a 3 cast. Actually, it might even be a 2 cast. Let me see. Yeah, it did a 2 cast this time around. Normally it's 3 cast. If you can get 2 casts with it, it actually goes pretty quick. But same as Crimson Bat. If you ever run like a double Crimson Bat team and has the capability to 2-shot your enemy, that's actually pretty decent speed. Unless it actually gets to 2-shot, though, it's pretty slow, because the amount of time it takes to get the 3rd one is not worth it compared to using other teams. But yeah, that's pretty much what I run on most of my lower accounts. Other than that, if I needed something else that's pretty standard to run with, I'd probably run some kind of Dragon Soul Dragonian Monk team. That's also pretty good at being able to take out everything. Normally, if you're having a struggle with taking out players that are a lot higher stats than you, or just dungeons in general and other content like that, that tends to be made to be slightly harder. That normally means you need more barrier on your team. Barrier is really good at negating out basically everything. Because a barrier will negate out all damage regardless of what it is. Doesn't matter if they're hitting for 100 or 5 or 10 or whatever number they might have. So if they have ridiculously high numbers that can like 1 to 2 shot you, you can just simply use barriers to keep negating out the damage, and then you'll never go down, even if your stats are way lower than the enemy. Also, one other alternative is mana drain spam, though that's slightly less viable these days, mainly because, of course, in the most recent patch, they added immune to mana drains, so you can't exactly do that anymore. You have to depend a little bit more on barriers compared to the previous patch. Anyone else getting the error message, servers are experiencing degrading performance? That happens sometimes. That just mainly means there's a lot of people playing, and there have been more people playing the past few days because, of course, the most recent patch that came into the game. But yeah, that just means there's above average amount of people playing, and the servers are not keeping up that well. They've had that issue quite a bit in the past, too. It normally happens around update times, mainly because there's so much more loadout than what would normally be occurring. Because every patch, even some people who might not be playing necessarily as much will come back just to see like what the changes are and everything. So normally for the first week of every patch, it'll have a lot more people than normal playing. Monday will also probably be the same because everyone will be starting on the new game mode to see what it is. The new Raids game mode. And it does start on Monday, by the way, to my knowledge. It's not like Guild Wars where it basically has a day of break. To my knowledge, both Invasions and Raids both run every single day of the week. Instead of Guild Wars, which is just every day except Monday. What's a good non-mythic dragon team for Dragon Soul since the buff? Well, he doesn't really get used any differently since the buff. He's just slightly stronger. The compositions you use them in are still exactly the same. Not really much of a difference in there. As far as zero mythic, I assume no hero class either, because hero class is a little bit more expensive than a normal troop as far as trading it. We'll go put that in there. Let's see. So let's go zero hero class as well. So which way should we run this? I guess we'll run it with... I haven't actually tried running a Glitter Claw with no mythics yet and no hero. Can we get away with that? What's a... Oh yeah, we could use Sylvania Mora and then we need, I guess a Christinex? No, we can't use Christinex. We'll throw a Sylvania Mora in there and then we just need a yellow. Normally this would be like a Dawnbringer or a Word Breaker. Obviously we can't go either of those two. Almost forget what options we even have for dragon yellows. I know there's not too many that are really viable. Borealis isn't worth it, Celestacia isn't, Quaidel isn't, Rainbow Snake! Dragonian Monk as a backup would be really cheap way of doing it, because he gives you barrier and everything. You know what, we'll go with him. Barrier spam for the win. So we'll go with that. Completely blocking out Sylvania more, though we're using him more so for his negation aspect, the entangle that he does. Actually, we could use Dragon Soul first slot, but I'm going to most likely put my banner completely into him, so I'm not going to do that. We'll just go all in onto the Dragon Soul, standard Dragon Soul banner. Could also go a Shadow Dragon behind if we truly wanted to, in place of like Sylvania Mora or something. This would still allow us to cover all the colors. I don't know, should we do that? The problem with that is we don't get Entangle. And of course we could use Entangle to negate out any skulls that he might have. It also gives some mana generation. I don't know, I guess that really comes down to preference. For now, we'll just stick with this. But yeah, this is no mythic, no hero, all dragon team. It does use 3 legends though. Though the Sylvania Mora could easily be replaced with something else if you don't have it. As well as if you don't have it traded, because it is pretty dependent on being traded. Because the whole point of even using Sylvania Mora is for exactly what it just did. Placing the Entangle. Like that. So we'll go take the purple right there. Get a Dragon Soul down as our main mana generator. Use this occasionally for barriers. It's mainly just as a backup plan and for board control. We're not really going to be spamming him at all. He's kind of just there to protect us. Oh, we don't have alignment on this, do we? Okay, I'm going to need to go for some kind of X shape then. So we're going to throw this over here, get a mass barrier on all of our entire team. So now he just hits a barrier. Guess we'll go and try getting this thing down. Might as well. I don't believe we get any red or anything out of it, but... Oh, somewhere's on that was an extra turn. I didn't even see that. I still don't even see where that was. Weird. Okay, so apparently that was an extra turn. We'll just go move that down. Grab a bunch of mana. He'll take whatever there. Not that big a deal. He'll get an Furnace down, but we still have most of our barriers. So actually, we have all of our barriers right now. So that's not going to really matter at all. No alignment. We only have a single pair there, so we just simply throw a Dragon Soul. And, yeah, there we go. Take a Skull Poke. Another Entangle. One really nice thing about Sylvania Mora that's actually unique only to Sylvania Mora is if you take a extra turn, if you take an extra turn Skull, and that Skull gets a kill, it then entangles the next troop in line. So you saw there we killed the second troop, and then they entangled the third. He's the only troop that's capable of entangling like that to do the next one in line, which makes him really good when used with Skull Spam teams. Of course, you don't necessarily need to use it with Skull Spam. As you can see, we utilized it with this team that doesn't have any Skull Spam. But it's one of his better features that Sylvania Mora has. He's pretty much completely dependent on being fully traded, though. 75% of his value is essentially just from his final trait. Similar to how a Queen Mab is normally used almost primarily for her actual side effect. Is that 1 damage short? No, it has a boost ratio, so that'll be enough damage, and down it goes. Yeah, but pretty much that's what you would use, something along the lines of that. It's relatively cheap. You can replace out Sylvania Mora for something else if you need. And it's mainly just Dragon Soul Glitter Claw with the Dragonian Monk. That's basically the whole triple team right there. You can see all three of them cover every color. So whatever your fourth troop is basically just for support. And I just happen to go with a Sylvania Moore as a support troop. Yeah, something along the lines of that is basically what pure Dragon with no Mythic and no Hero class would be. Not the cheapest of teams, but it's a little hard sometimes to build really good, effective, cheap Dragon teams. There are a few that get used with like Dragotar plus Dragonian Monk, but you can't really run many of them into late game. Dragonian Monk does scale into late game though. Dragotar does not as well, mainly because anything with a boost ratio, unless it's specifically boost ratio based on stats, like for example, Rowan based on armor, and Sunbird based on HP. Things like these boost ratio really well because you have higher stats than these later on in the game. But things that boost ratio, like let's say a 2-to-1 or 2 times boost ratio when we're taking out yellow and stuff like that, those kind of boost ratios are a lot less effective later in the game because their amount of effectiveness is consistent throughout the game, meaning they're more effective earlier on because you're dealing with lower values, whereas these are better later in the game because you'll naturally have higher statted values, which boost ratio them even higher. Oh, you got 4,000 gold from a gnome. Nice. Well, could have been better, but with his drop pool these days, that seems about average as far as what he actually drops. I'll go throw a Sunbird down. Yeah, we are still, so far right now, 30 minutes in, not a single gnome. Really unlucky. But then again, I haven't been keeping track of how many battles we've been doing. I meant to be doing that. I need to keep doing that like we were yesterday, because I want to get a little bit more data on it to see exactly what the rate is in which we're getting them. I don't think we've hit 30 battles yet, though, because I've been messing around with a couple other teams. If we were to purely do an explore, though, it would yield quite a bit. Also, we were messing around with mass repick earlier, too, though we didn't end up getting any gnomes this way. But we can do mass repick if we really wanted to. We found out it's actually twice as quick, though we get very little resources. The only thing this will actually yield us is gnomes, and the amount of time we'd have to put into actually repicking like this isn't really worth it. We could do about 6 repicks per minute, and this does have a chance of giving you a gnome. Will you actually find one? Probably not, but if you truly wanted to find gnomes, particularly on the week that's actually Volts, I'll probably be doing this a lot more than like right now, because right now it's not really worth doing. I'm just kind of doing it to show it real quick. But yeah, we can get about 6 repicks per minute, which is a lot quicker because we can normally only get about 3 to 4 kills per minute as far as battles. So this is indeed quicker than if we were to play out every single battle, though of course we're not getting any resources, no EXP, no nothing from doing it this way. So not really that good in a way, but if we really just wanted only the gnomes, this would be technically the best way of doing it. And you can't just keep repicking by other means, you have to actually go into the battle, because gnomes do not appear in the thumbnail. We can't just cheat it and see if it's in the thumbnail and then just go somewhere else. It doesn't work, unfortunately, like that. It doesn't get decided until the battle starts on if there will be a gnome or not. Okay, I'm just going to start playing these out, because as you can see, kind of pointless constantly repicking, because the actual chance of finding a gnome is relatively small. Apparently it's about 1 in 30, though. I've been getting slightly less luck than that. I feel like it's been more like 1 in 50 or 1 in 60 from what I've seen so far. Yeah, difficulty has no difference on almost everything. Doesn't have any difference on trait stones, doesn't have any difference on finding a gnome. The only real difference that difficulty does is it slightly increases the amount of resources that you end up getting. It slightly increases your EXP, the gold, and the souls that you get within a battle. But that's the only thing it does. Also, it does not apply in things like PvP, Guild Wars, and such like that. But yeah, if we go to difficulty real quick, you can actually see what it does over these. So here is, that's weird, it doesn't show the difficulty over top, but this is hard. This is Warlord 1. As you can see, that gives 25% higher enemy stats, but we end up getting 25% extra EXP, 25% extra gold, and 50% souls. This is Warlord 2 for 50% extra stats, and then we get those bonuses. Warlord 3 for those bonuses, and of course the highest difficulty of Warlord 4. Very rarely would you ever Warlord 4, though. In most situations, Warlord 3 is the highest you go, because as you can see, there's 100% additional stat gain for only 25% extra gains as far as the resources. Normally, if you're doing it for efficiency, the 3 best game modes, if you were to do it above normal, are Hard, Warlord 1, and Warlord 3. Warlord 3 is the hardest you can do before you get to ridiculous stats to get the highest possible bonus. It's technically the second highest bonus, but realistically, in most situations, you would only go to Warlord 3. Warlord 1 is good because it's only a 25% stat gain, while you're still getting pretty competent amount of extra souls, 50% extra souls. That is additive, though, not multiplicit with your other stuff. So if you have, let's say, already 2.5 times souls, that's only going to bring it to 3 times. It's not going to bring it to, like, 3.75. It's only going to bring it to 3 times. So it is additive on top of all your other bonuses, so do keep that in mind. And of course, Warlord 1, I mean, on hard difficulty, is also pretty good, particularly for soul farming, because it's almost no additional stats for 25% additional soul gain. But normally when you're Tradestone farming, or in this case, Gnome farming, there really isn't any need to set it higher than normal. All we really need to do is get a kill as quickly as possible. And that's all we really need here. Did repick for half an hour and not one gnome? Really? I haven't been repicking for an excessive amount of time. I assume that it can bring up a gnome, because some people were mentioning it as a method earlier as how they've been finding gnomes, so I assume they've actually found gnomes off of it. But yeah, I haven't actually found a gnome off it personally myself either. I will be testing it quite a bit during the actual week where gnomes are in the vaults and everything. Or, not in the vaults, but you know, they're going to be a lot more common under special events. And when that does come around, I'll probably be trying the repick method. I might just be completely doing only the repick method, particularly if there is not a bonus for Explore. Because one of the reasons why I am actually playing out every single one of these battles is, of course, the event week this week is 400 additional gold for using a moneylender on your team in PvP or Explore. And yeah, we're basically just getting showered in gold from using him in our team. It does make it a bit slower. Normally we'd have double firebomb or some kind of forest troll set up with this. I mean, not forest troll, some kind of forest guardian set up with this. But, oops, I should just went for that in the first place to Rowan. But, yeah, we keep getting the extra gold on it, which is quite a bit worth it. We're getting almost 1,000 gold per battle. Actually, probably more like 900 gold per battle. Which is a pretty competent amount of gold for how quickly we can get through the battle. Where will the vaults be if one accidentally does get a vault key from a gnome? Oh, the vaults are underneath the game modes. You can see it all the way to the right. It's to the left of the new bounty mode that's coming in like 19 days. It's 3 Fridays away from now. Not next Friday, not the following Friday, but the following Friday after that. But if you go under games, you can see right here Gnome Vault. And this is where you use your vault keys, as you can see right there. That's where you use them. But yeah, there's 2 new game modes now. Or 2 new mini-game kind of things. There's the Gnome Vaults, which you get off of gnomes, or vault keys, which you get off of gnomes, which allow you to play the Gnome Vault. Gnome Vault is basically just a battle against 3 gnomes plus a greater gnome. I forget what his name is. I think Sparkle Sack or something. I forget his exact name. Something Sparkle Sack. But you end up getting 3 gnome kills and their rewards, as well as that bigger gnome, which has a lot of really big loot, like getting himself as a card, power orbs, as well as really high resource gains, like 100 gems and other stuff like that. The bounty that you see over here, not quite sure exactly what this is. You basically play a bunch of battles, earn a bunch of points, and then you exchange those points for something. Not quite sure exactly what's up with the bounty. We'll find out in 19 days and 16 hours what exactly is up with that. It's most likely running from Friday until Sunday when it comes out. Or when I say Sunday, I mean like until Monday reset. So technically from Friday morning until Monday reset is when the bounty will run. So we'll see what exactly that is once it comes around. And by that point, we'll have seen everything that's new in the patch. It will be about another 20 days until we fully get to see everything. Because next week we're going to see the raid bosses. And the week after that, we're going to see invasions. And then the week after that, on the Friday, we will end up seeing the first instance of bounty. And hopefully sometime in there, we'll also get to see the Gnome Vaults. So, yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming in the next few weeks, that's for sure. Even though these things are kind of already technically released, we've never actually gotten to see them yet, because they haven't come on rotation. Also, don't forget, oops, don't do that. Oops, I almost just went into PvP with that. It's always whenever it flashes, I feel the inclination to click on it. But don't forget, next Friday is a new mythic as well, by the way, for Sword's Edge. It's a red, blue, yellow, I believe it was. Seemed kind of average, but that is a new mythic nonetheless, so if you are collecting them, definitely worth at least attempting. How many orbs do you have so far? 0. A good majority of players in the entire game have 0 orbs at the moment. And most people that do have orbs only have like 1 or 2, if even that. They are very, very rare to get at the moment. To my understanding, the main way that you actually obtain them is through the invasions and through raids. But you can technically keen them from gnomes as well. It's just the chance of getting them from gnomes is so ridiculously small. Because first you need to find a gnome, then you need to find a vault key, and then in that vault key you need to get a drop of the orb. People have gotten it, though it's very rare to trigger all 3 of those. We can barely even find one, let alone a vault key. As you can see at the bottom, we found 25 gnomes, 0 vault keys. Hopefully the next one we find will indeed have that vault key. Also, in the theme of yesterday, I think we will give out redeem codes whenever we find the gnomes. That's actually a really cool way of giving out redeem codes now. So whenever we find a gnome on Friday and Saturday streams, I'm pretty much going to give out a redeem code. Though I do have a restriction of only 2 per day though. But assuming we only find 2 gnomes, both the times we find those gnomes, we will be giving out a redeem code today. So whenever we find one, I'll hand it out. Regardless of if that's in 1 minute or 1 hour. Because we have no clue how long that will take. Hopefully we'll find them though. Is there anything balance-wise you think needs looking at in this game at the moment? Infinite loops, for sure. Every single team that can infinitely loop perpetually with no counter whatsoever is a really big issue at the moment. They did say that they do like keeping that at the moment, mainly because it's basically a benefit for people that are capable of getting those kind of loops. The problem is it's so ridiculously easy to do these days. That's probably one of the biggest issues, and freeze is not a proper enough counter to what currently exists as infinite loops. What I would really love to see, though I don't know if they're ever going to do it, are board effects. Things that start at the beginning of the battle that do something to all of your troops. And one of the reasons I say this is because one board effect that would be ridiculously useful is a Glacial Peaks or some other freeze-like kingdom had, or Frozen-like kingdom, had mass freeze. Like every single thing in the game starts with freeze on it. That would be a really good way to balance out things and would encourage people to use unique home kingdoms. They did mention that they're doing something, some kind of change to kingdoms in the future that is going to make it worth setting specific home kingdoms. We don't know yet what exactly that'll be, but I would absolutely love if they had field effects. It'd be a great way to balance out some of the issues with the game, as well as add some cool new ways to kind of play the game. It would also give some kind of purpose to the backgrounds, because currently you will notice in every single battle that we do that there is a unique background behind it based on the kingdom that we're fighting in. Very rarely do you ever pay any attention whatsoever of what kingdom you're fighting in, mainly because there's no point in looking at what kingdom you're fighting in. There's no difference if you're fighting in Broken Spire compared to Glacial Peaks compared to any other kingdom. Like right now we're in Broken Spire, but you could barely tell because there's no difference in fighting in Broken Spire compared to any other kingdom. So it'd be kind of cool if every single kingdom had its own unique kind of biome where something unique would happen based on the kingdom. What's the event for next week? Next week's event is Shentang. 2 new troops are going to come out, one for the new Bounty Hunter mode. I'm not sure if he'll be available through Glory, though if he is, or any way that he's available through, you're definitely going to want to make sure you get him, because of course it's the first bounty week ever, and he's going to be pretty good for Bounty Hunter. I mean, why am I saying Bounty Hunter? I mean, raid bosses. So you'll definitely want to pick him up. Other than that, we're also getting some other kind of small troop. It's some kind of panda that does like a double explosion, some damage. It's not really that relevant from what I've seen, but the new raid troop should be pretty decent since it's the first unique game mode troop that's been added to the game, or that will be added to the game. But yeah, those both are coming on Monday. Also, it's a Shentang event, so you'll definitely want to throw event keys. Also, because it's raids, raids works based on whatever the kingdom of the week is. So, to my understanding, for raids, you have to use a pure team using only Shentang troops and your hero. So, basically, you have to have at minimum 3 Shentang troops plus your hero to even really participate in raids, to my understanding. But that'll be ridiculously easy to do, even if you don't already have 3, because, for one, there'll be events, so there's like 1 or 2 new ones coming. Two of them are coming, though I don't know how the second one will be available. But you can just throw like 10 event keys, and then boom, you're ready to go. Though you might want to throw a little bit more than that. You'll be able to get Yalgwei and the other new legend that was added earlier from the Shentang Kingdom, if you don't already have them. I'll be opening them to try to get them both maxed. But yeah, all this stuff from Shintang pretty much will be available next week through event keys. Where is it? Shintang. So things like Diviner, Emperor Liang, Penglong, Yagwei, stuff like that will be available. And there's going to be 2 new ones coming as well for the kingdom. One of which is specifically made for raid bossing. Yeah, it'll be interesting how it pans out. Though I'm not quite sure how exactly that'll work. Because if they add a specific troop that's for raid bosses, but then you... Oops, did I just do this in PvP? I think I just did fail. But if they add a specific troop for raid bosses, but then you have to use a specific kingdom, then what would be the point in ever using that troop ever again? Because you'd only ever get to use it that 1 week, and then it'd be useless thereafter. Also, I need to retreat. I don't know why I clicked on PvP. It's just such a habit whenever I see that little flashy thing to go right and stay in PvP. I always make that mistake. Farish, Ra, Valkyrie, Def, Cabarrus. What is that? A mid-level soul farming team? That seems okay. Normally, I would not bother trying to use Farish Ra for PvP, though. He's too slow compared to just farming it in challenges. It's a lot safer to do it in challenges, and there's a lot more souls per hour. You don't get the other benefits that PvP would normally give, but you would normally win 1 battle every 2 minutes if you do it in something like PvP. Farish Ra is definitely not the fastest of troops. He's quite a bit towards the slower side, and can get disabled pretty easily. Nothing happened when people kill your own gnome. You put it in your defense. Yeah, nothing will happen with that. Oh, that's what people were probably saying earlier when they were seeing a gnome that didn't have a stash next to it. That was probably people setting it on their defense team. That's kind of funny. Yeah, nothing will happen when that happens. Only if they have a little bag next to it. And the only ones that will have a bag are the ones that specifically come out through the random gnome event. Speaking about random gnome events, we still haven't found one yet. They are truly random. Come on, 1 in 30 chance. I know you're in there. It feels like arcane traitstone farming all over again. Where you'd go an entire hour without a single arcane traitstone despite them being like a 1 in 16 chance. Except this time it's like half the chance of that. So we could go 2 hours without getting one then. Which is really unfortunate. And it has actually happened to me. I went 3 hours the other day without one. Not yesterday. Hey! Speaking of not getting one, 26 gnome kills. Assuming he dies. Wouldn't that be a fail? Oh, wouldn't that be the biggest fail ever if we actually don't kill him? I'm actually scared to cast this because I don't want to miss. So I'm not going to cast him yet. Just out of concern that I might miss. Because if he invades us, I have yet to see 1 gnome escape. But that would be the greatest fail of the week, of the month, of the year for us. Come on, Volky! No! 100 souls! No! Well, 26 gnome kills. Let me go update the little thing. Well, the hunt continues. 26 gnome key, or 26 gnomes, no key. There we go. 26. Oh yeah, I said next gnome we would give out a redeem code. Let me go do that. Though, if we find another gnome too quickly, I might need to not do the next one. Because that would be too quick after the most recent one. But yeah, let me go give it a redeem code. I did say next gnome I would do so. So let me go get one out real quick for you guys. Let me just go find it real quick. Edit. Although what's kind of funny is this redeem code gives more resources than we even just got from the gnome. I thought these redeem codes barely gave anything. Then I saw the gnome drop pools and it's like, oh, never mind. I'll go and put that there. Put that all the way over. Make sure it actually works. That would be a good idea. Put that there. Boom. Put that there. I'm not a robot. Click redeem. And success. Okay. It works. Let me go put that in the thingy thing. Let me put that below me where Nerf is the thing. There it is. Wrong box. Put that right there. Boom. Enter. And center that a bit. Oops. Missed. There it is. Okay, there's the code for all of you guys, and let me go post the link for where you use it. You use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click on this link right over here if you would want to paste. There we go. And there it is, guys, if you want to go use it. If you're on PC and mobile, you'll be able to claim that for some free resources on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. And that gives the normal reward of, where'd it go? Mail. It gives the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, which is twice the gnome, and 2,500 gold. And let's just see what we get from that one gem key there. Anything good? Probably not. Let's see. Nope, just a rock spirit. Oh, that's a good early game troop, but not something we need whatsoever. Would have preferred just a standard runic. Okay, since we just got a gnome, let's continue the count to see how many battles we go without getting a gnome. So let me go set up the counter for that. I didn't make a special one to go put on screen, but I'll just keep track of it on my calculator. So I'll just count it as 1 right now and get the +1 ready, and then we'll just go from there. Okay, so we're at 1, and then I'll add another 1 to it, and then we'll be good. +1, and there we go. Okay, and now I just can keep clicking enter, and we'll be good to go on that. I don't have it on screen, but oh well. It works. It works. We'll go and throw the red down. Oops, not what I need to do. With that, get a sunbird, get a Rowan. Let me actually get the Rowan down. And that's 2, and now we'll just keep clicking the enter button. I'm not going to keep saying that every single time. But, yeah, it's all set up now. Go move that over. Sunbird that. Get a nice little poke. Get some manas. Split damage. And keep it going, and just click every single time so we know how many we do. But yeah, I'm going to keep keeping track of the interval every single time now, just to see how many it actually takes us every single time to find a gnome. It takes about 10 minutes or so before we reach the normal average of what a gnome should be. Still no Volkey? Nope, we found a 26 gnome, still no Volkey though. Still no Volkey. I'm giving up after today, by the way. Or not completely giving up. I'm giving up until the first ever Vault event is when I'm giving up until, if we don't get it today. I might still try here and there, because why not? If we still have some kind of event where we get a lot of good resources from doing Explore with a single troop, it would be worth it. But if there's no event in place that we're not getting any kind of bonus for Explore, I might as well not even be doing it. I might as well just play normal PvP or something. But yep, the hunt continues. 26 gnomes dry, still no key. And we're probably going to go 30 without even getting a single key. I should go ask them what the actual drop rate is, because I can guarantee you I'm below whatever the drop rate is. Actually, I don't even need to know what it is to know that we're below the average. Let's see. Did I miss any other questions? Oh yeah, no problem for the redeem code. Let's see. Good move, not casting the merchant. You have had to run away from you. Oh yeah, always be careful with red spam, or really anything that might be on the enemy team, or even on your own team that might be able to give a gnome mana. Gotta be really careful around him to not give him reds. He might seem like a ridiculously weak troop, but if he just randomly gets 2 reds and gets a lucky surge on one of them, he just reached full mana, and then the following turn he could escape. Hey, an arcane trait stone. They seem like nothing these days, though. Trait stones have become so devalued compared to all the other resources. Or I mainly feel like that mainly because we have everything. There's no current trait stone sync in the entire game. It's kind of weird. There's no map sync and there's no trait stone sync. Basically, every other resource has something that you can keep dumping it into. But for whatever reason, those 2 resources do not. For the longest time, Souls didn't, but then they created Soul Forge. But at this current moment in time, there's still nothing for maps and nothing for trait stones. For people that have a ridiculous excess amount of both of them. Like we do. At this point, by the time we find a vault key, we'll probably have like 200 of every arcane. No, not actually. I think we'll have like 150 of every arcane by the time we find a gnome. Actually, we might already be at 150 of every arcane. We're pretty close to it at this point. Because I've been farming up all the ones I've been lowest on. Let me actually go check that. I'm kind of curious now. What's this image of which you speak of? Let me go see real quick. Do gnomes appear in all game modes? Almost all game modes. Oh, nice! You got the new troop. Very nice. You got 5 diamonds, 40,000 gold, the new troop, and... Wait, isn't that supposed to give 4 rewards, not 3? Or maybe it doubled up on the gold or something. Oh, I thought it gave 4, not 3. But nice, you did get a treasure gnome. Very cool. Very, very cool. It is one of the 3 unique drops from the vault. There's him, some kind of little bird thing, and the sparkle sack, or whatever his name is. And, oops, I forgot to click enter for the last one. Okay, we're up to 8 battles, I believe. I keep getting it off by like 1 because I keep forgetting sometimes to click enter on it. I have not made it a habit yet. So we'll go move the blue over, go for the kill here. What's the new troops? There's 3 new troops. You can actually see them under unowned. Actually, there's several new ones, and even more coming for the new game modes. But if we go under unowned right now, the 3 that are currently available, Zhuge Goff is basically unavailable because of how expensive he is. But there's 3 unique drops in the vault that, to my understanding, you can only ever get in the vault. There's the Valerian, something like that. It's this little bird guy, and he basically does nothing. There's almost no point to him other than the fact that he has the Dark Storm on him. But yeah, there's this little bird thing. We have the Treasure Gnome, which most of you probably know of already, what he does. To my understanding, he's basically the exact same as what the actual Treasure Gnome is. Doesn't look like he's any different from what I can see. Yeah, he's pretty much just a copy of the exact Treasure Gnome, except you can get him as an actual troop. And then there is Cedric Sparklesack, which we have never seen in battle, mainly because he's in the Vault battle. But there's a chance every single time you kill him that you can get him as a copy of a card. He pulls the last enemy to the front, charms a random enemy, and then summons 1 to 3 bomb bots at 100% rate. And again, another multi-summon has 100% rate, whereas Exynos does not. The most useful thing about him is he has a 100% chance, or not 100% chance, but 100% gold bonus, which is a pretty huge difference, because with him, he has 4 times higher the base amount compared to Necromancy. So for example, with Necromancy, compared to Farish Ra is 3 times more effective, because he has 150% gain compared to the normal 50% gain that you would have. But in all troops, Merchant is only 25%. So this guy is actually 4 times more effective than a Merchant. So yeah, 100% gold bonus is pretty nice. It's not really that game-breaking or anything, though it would be amazing with Bonnie Rose and a few other things that scale based on gold. But yeah, unfortunately, getting him is a big issue. He is a legend, so and you can only get it from vaults, so it is ridiculously hard to get him. I don't even think a single person has him yet. If so, very, very, very few. I know many people have been mentioning that they've been getting the Treasure Gnome, but he's a lot more common, obviously, than the Legend. But yeah, those 2 are available through the vaults, as well as this one. They're all 3 unique drops that are only available, to my understanding, from specifically the Vault minigame thing. Spelling is not Trash's strong suit. Yeah, I cannot spell, or pronounce, or words, or language. Those are not things we can do. We'll go move the reds over. Throw down a Rowan. Oops, I should have threw a Sunbird. I mean a Firebomb first. Not that big a deal though. Like, we're up to 10 right now. So if we hit 30, everything beyond then is no gnome. We'll go for the purple, or at least I should say bad luck. We'll go for the reds there. Get our explosion. Keep going from there. Oh yeah, do gnomes appear in all game modes? I forgot if I mentioned that. Well, I did it earlier, but not this stream. Gnomes can appear almost everywhere. They appear in PvP, Explore, Challenges, Quests, and I believe that's it. The few locations I know they don't, or the only location I know for sure they don't occur in is Tutorials and Guild Wars. I'm not sure if there's any few other locations where they can appear. I believe they also can't appear in things like raids or invasions and stuff like that. I'm not sure if they can appear or not in oops, I should have taken that. I'm not sure if they can appear or not in dungeons. So you only do 3 dungeons per day, so that doesn't really even matter if they do appear in there or not. But yeah, through most game modes, pretty much they can appear. Explore, PvP, and Challenges are the 3 main locations you would find them, though. Every other location, while still possible, like Arena and such, it's not really that likely that you would come across it. When's the Puzzle Quest stream? We will be doing the Puzzle Quest stream later today at the normal time of 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, around there. And that will be in, what is that, from this time? That is 5.5 hours from now we will be doing the Puzzle Quest stream. And it's one of the last few that we'll be doing in the current series of them. We'll still be doing, well, we'll still be doing the full completion, and we'll probably be revisiting the count in the future as well. But as far as the current little mini-series that we're kind of doing on it for the 100%, we should pretty much be at that point in 2 or 3 more streams. Because all we have to do at this moment on that, as far as our main goal, is do every quest, which we're nearing completion of, and then capture every troop, which is that little puzzle minigame thing that you have to do for every single troop in the game. And that's it. We're not going to try unlocking every spell and stuff like that. Maybe in the future we might try doing that. It's kind of tedious, and it's not particularly fun, the game mode that they have set up for it. So it's mainly just repetitive and slightly luck-based. There's a bit of skill involved with it, but some of the harder ones are really just dependent on if you get lucky or not on the starting board. Oh yeah, no problem for the redeem code. We'll have another one later too. I'll most likely be giving it when we get the next gnome, but if we get the next gnome too quickly, I'll wait a little bit later until the following one. But yeah, assuming we don't, which is pretty likely, we'll be giving it out when we get the next gnome. But if it comes within the next 30 minutes, I will wait a little bit longer than that. Because we did just give out the one below. It's actually probably still active, the one below. If any of you haven't used it yet on PC Mobile. Most likely still active. You can never get the redeem code to load properly. What do you mean by that? You can go, if the link isn't working for whatever reason for you, just go to gemsofwar.com and then go under game code. It's their official website, and then just the game code section is where you use it. Their website is a little clunky though. Not the forums, but the website side of their website. Alright, we'll go throw the firebomb down. Get the sunbird. There we go. Yeah, the code should be good for about another, like, 5 to 10 minutes or so. It's based on the amount of claims, but, yeah. Hopefully no one has fully used it up yet. Of course, you can only claim one per account, though. What do we even need here? I guess we'll take a green to a green. Just let it do whatever. Take that green, he'll scope poke us, do whatever, and then throw the Varan down. Their devs are a little clunky, too. Let's see. We'll go and throw the firebomb down. What do we even need? Throw the red, get the sunbird down, and go from there. Yeah, I haven't been watching too many of their live streams as of recently. I'm definitely going to check it next Monday if they're not rolling at the same time as me, though they might be rolling at the same time as me, which would be unfortunate. But I'll probably just watch the replay of it, because they're most likely going to be doing their own raids for the first time, so that'll be kind of interesting to see. I'm also curious if they might showcase invasions on Monday, as kind of like a preview to what's coming the following week. Pretty sure they won't, but you never know. I'll go take the purple. And throw that down. You should ask the devs to give enough codes to give away every time you find a gnome. They would never agree to that. Especially if we found if they ever did a vault week. Because I'm pretty sure during a vault week we could find a few per hour. Which would be a lot more compared to, like that would be like every 30 minutes, if not quicker, most likely. Which would be way too quick. Normally they technically only want me giving out one per day. But because of how I do it, I basically do 2 on Fridays, 2 on Saturdays, and 1 on Monday. So yeah, that's kind of been how I've been giving them out. And the other 2 that I have as spares, I normally keep for special events. Just so I have some spares laying around. Alright, we'll go through the sunbird. We should raid their Twitch stream next Monday. I would if our stream ended before theirs. Though, if they're both running at the same time, that would not be possible, because normally we stream for longer than they do. So we would not be able to raid them. But yeah, if it ever did align, we could definitely raid them. I've did it a few times in the past, but we haven't really been doing it much. I did it quite a bit when I used to be on Twitch, but no one really streams Gems of War, let alone on YouTube. The few people that do stream it are all streaming it on Twitch instead. Even the devs stream it on Twitch instead of YouTube. Hello, Blanix. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is Divine Isabella not pullable from, excuse me, gem keys and VIP keys? Yes, that is correct. She's only available through event keys, and she will not be in gem keys or VIP keys for about another month or so. The way that event troops work is any troop that's ever added, or at least currently how event troops work, because they might be reworking in the future, they did mention. But currently how event troops work is they will get released and they will only be either available through Glory and or available through event keys. Then after that week expires, which is this Monday, they will not be available, so Queen Isabella will not be available for about a month. And then after that month, it'll be in all the applicable drop pools, like gem keys, glory keys, VIP keys, all those kind of things. So yes, she is not in the drop pool for gem keys and VIP keys, nor will she be for about another month from now. Your only chance of really getting her is to throw event keys now, or finding her in the Soul Forge. Even if she's not in the key drop pool, she still can appear in the Soul Forge. So there's a chance that that can happen too. But realistically, you'd either have to do event keys now or just kind of wait until she just comes back on rotation. But they basically have it like that to incentivize actually going for event keys. Because if they didn't do it that way, everyone would just simply throw normal keys in, like gem keys, and would never bother ever doing event keys. Which kind of makes sense. Also, thank you, Sweeta King, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Any idea when the next Raw will come from? Or come through? No, not the slightest clue. I also don't know for sure if they fixed the rotation thing on the most recent patch for Soulforge. They might have actually mentioned that, and I didn't even read it, because I kind of skimmed over some of those smaller changes. I read through some of them, but it could have overlooked some of the others. But I don't believe they actually implemented that or not. It's something that they were mentioning, but I didn't see any specific wording mentioning that they do have a proper rotation for it now. But yeah, there's really no knowing in when Soulforge, I mean, what the Soulforge will actually bring out. It's pretty random still, as far as what it will actually do as far as output. So when the next Fairish Raw is, we do not know, unfortunately. Could be next week, could be a month from now. When's the best to use event keys? Best time to use event keys, there's a couple times. Whenever there's good legends within the drop pool, it's good to use it. Also, from now on, it's also pretty good to use it on most raid weeks. Whenever there is a raid in place of Guild Wars. For example, that will be one next week. The main reason is because raids are based on kingdom troops. So you need to use kingdom-related troops of the current event in the raids itself. So that will basically incentivize using event keys on those weeks, because if you don't already have something good set up from that kingdom, you'll need to use some event keys in order to get yourself something kind of set up to use for the game mode. Because to my understanding, in raids, you can only use 2 troops. You can use your hero and whatever the event troops are for the week. So next week is Shentang, so you can only use your hero plus Shentang troops. And you would not be able to use anything else. Though I believe there might be a third exception to that. I believe you can also use raid-related troops in any week, regardless. But currently there are 0 raid troops. The first one's coming in on Monday, but it's related to the kingdom, so I'm not quite sure exactly how that will work in the future. But we'll find out more about that as it kind of progresses through. There's still a lot of things about raids and invasions that smaller details that we don't really know about, that won't really be known until we start playing it. Also, we're about 23 battles right now with no gnome. Anything beyond 30 is bad luck. Okay, we'll throw the Sunbird down, and one more little poke is all we need. And we'll be good to go from there. Let's go for some Rowan here. Will the raid boss be able to bypass barriers? Yes, I believe so. Pretty sure he'll be able to bypass barrier. He has immune to everything, including instant kills. But I believe his ability does indeed bypass barrier. If not, then that's pretty broken, because you could just mass barrier and then never die to him. But yeah, that'd be really weird if they didn't make it so it could bypass barrier. Because if he doesn't, just use mass barrier. Though then again, there are some days you wouldn't really be able to do that. Also, the only weapon that barriers everything, if there wasn't anything within the kingdom that barriers, is Dawnbringer. And not everyone has a Dawnbringer laying around. But I highly doubt they'll make it so he'll not work against barrier. That would be a pretty big design flaw. Especially if it's a week where you can do really easy barrier, like if it was a, like let's say if it was a KZL with the the Dwarven Gate, or if it was a Dragon's Claw week with the Dragonian Monk. Weeks like those, you'd be able to get barrier so easily that they wouldn't do anything if barrier did work. And if anyone has any other teams you want me to mess around with, any other questions, need help building teams or anything, let me know, and we'll definitely go over it. How can you get another copy of Ogren? You get it from Guild Wars. Ogren... Oh, wait. Is Ogren from Guild Wars? I keep forgetting which ones are from Guild Wars now and which ones aren't. Yeah, Ogren is from Guild Wars. All of those ones that give +5 to all troop stats are from Guild Wars. But yeah, there are 6 troops unique to only Guild Wars and Guild Wars only. It's basically the unique that's related to that. Every single game mode is basically getting their own uniques now, other than Treasure Hunt. But yeah, Guild Wars has those. Of course, the Vault has its 3 uniques. And the 3 that you get from Guild Wars are all the pure color troops that give +5 to all stats of the related color, like Ogren does. And it gives a triple damage if there's 13 or more of that color on the board, as well as the triple damage when it's on... Oh, wait. It gives the triple damage when there's that 13 or more of the color on the board, so Ogren is red. And it also gives the Firestorm when it does that, or whatever its color happens to be. So if it's purple, it does the Dark Storm, and so on and so forth. But yeah, you only get those from Guild Wars. Each single Guild War... They're actually going to be a little bit harder to obtain, too. Because at the moment, they of course run every single week. But starting, well, basically now, they don't run every single week anymore. So as you can see right now, the rewards for last week was a Troglodyte. This week, the rewards are... Those are results. Those are the winners. The reward for this week is Mismers. So it's not the Ogren, but we get a bunch of Mismers this week for doing Guild Wars. And regardless of how good you do or bad, you still get at minimum 3 copies of them just for participating in it. And where we're currently at, it looks like we will be getting 24 Mismers this week. I believe I've already maxed out every single guild, or yeah, every single one of those related troops. Let me double check. Was there a specific category for them? I don't believe there was. No, they were all associated with a kingdom. But if we go under each one of them, like Mismer, we got that max. Oh yeah, we definitely have them all max. Ogren, Uryali, Penguin, Periton, and I forget what the brown one was called. Oh, Troglodytes. And yeah, those are all 6 of the Guild War related troops that you only get via Guild Wars. Yep, still no Volky. Still no Volky. And we're 26 battles in on the current dry streak. Well, oh, that's funny. We're 26 battles in and we're 26 gnomes in. That's funny. But yeah, we've done 26 battles so far without a single gnome. Though that's not too bad. We went like 500 or something yesterday. It's like an hour and a half of no... actually, it wasn't 500. I think it was 300, actually. But it was an hour and a half of constant grind with none. Luckily, we're doing slightly better this time around. Oh, he just got barrier. Oops, did I just click PvP again? Because I was showing the thing. Yes, I did. Fail. I hate when I accidentally go into PvP and do that. That's like the 3rd time this stream I did that. Well, while I'm here, let me go use Natural Team, I guess. I've been really enjoying using the Divine Isabella. I'm actually using her a lot more than I initially thought I would. Also, thank you, Shimmer Complex, for your subscribe. Much appreciated. Also, sorry for completely butchering that. Let's see. We'll go for the green there. Did we get it? No, we didn't get it. And that didn't really work out. Let's go for the red extra turn. Very nice. Got a huge amount of mana right there from it. I don't want to convert out green because we need it for the Queen Isabella convert. So we'll do that. Get a couple skulls. Come on, cast. We'll get we'll get that down. Let's move that over. And move that over. Any kind of good drops? Not really. We'll just move that for now. Pretty much have all the mana we already need, so we'll throw that and get ready on our next explosion. There should have been enough board clear to do something, and no it is not, but we can go clear out all this board, hopefully get some magic, which we do not get, but we do have alignment, so we can just simply throw that. No drain for you. No mercy either. We don't have the last mana we need for that, so we'll just move that down. No alignment, so we'll just go take that, alignment there, so we'll go for it now. Get a free poke out of it. Ideally, I want him to die off that skull for free if we can. The benefit we get from that is we can then throw in Furnace for the double hit there. Ideally, we would have gained some magic already, but nope, we're not getting any magic today, apparently. And, what do we even need from here? Looks like we have alignment, so we will go for it. Didn't get the magic buff again. Very unlucky with it this time around, but we can just throw the double on there, and that's match. There we go. Have you seen this? Probably not. I didn't check the forum this morning. The bonuses for 4 unique troops of the same color in a team have also changed. Oh, I didn't see that. It used to be a mastery bonus. Now it's a skill bonus. Might be worth mentioning in the patch notes. Did they seriously not mention that in the patch notes? I wouldn't be surprised if they make gigantic changes that they never mentioned in the patch notes. That is actually pretty cool. So 4 purples is now magic. 4 reds is now attack. And 2 attack. 4 purples is 1 magic. And 4 yellow and blue is 4 armor. And 4 green and brown is 4 life. Very interesting. So that is quite a bit more viable than what it was previously, that is for sure. So let me go check that real quick. So if we go and set a pure color team, I didn't even notice that when we were running Guild Wars and stuff either. So if we run a pure color team, let's say, where's my pure red? So that gets extra attack now. Let's do red dragon. So this now gets technically 2 higher attack. 4 unique red. Why don't you say what they do on this page? It used to, and now it doesn't anymore. Yeah, we do. Mastery of Fire, 4 unique red troops, 2 additional attack. Interesting. Wow, we're actually getting a lot of attack then. 4 unique dragons for 1 attack. 3 unique claw for 2 attack. And then 4 unique red for 2 attack. So we have 5 attack gain extra on what we should be having. Interesting. This team just got slightly better then. Didn't even notice that. Well, technically every pure color team got slightly better. Particularly Red Day and Purple Day. I'll go mess with this real quick. This isn't even my normal Red Day anymore either. But I do like using 4 times dragons. Actually, I'm not even using it right here class, am I? Oh no, never mind. I switched back to Dragon Guard. Good. We'll go to that. Get a little bit of hit there. Scion. I don't have any counter to you, unfortunately. Probably should have set up some kind of counter, but oh well. We'll go take the blue to that. As long as he doesn't Scion us. Good, and we're fine. We'll just go take that poke and we're good to go. We'll go try that for green. Didn't get it. He'll just move whatever. We'll take a red here. Throw some Dragon Soul. He'll just do... Oh, Famine. No. Okay, maybe we'll get an extra turn here and get lucky. Exactly what we needed. Come on, do it again. Nice, nice. Keep it up. And somehow do it again off of something that has a 0% chance of extra turning. Go. Do I even bother throwing that? I guess I go for Dragon Soul and hope for pure luck for a 3rd time in a row. Got it. And that's match. Almost match, actually. Really, he's going to get a famine right at the end like that. Luckily, this isn't actually Guild Wars. That would have been really depressing if that was. Right at the end, he gets a gigantic famine. But it's not Guild Wars, so it doesn't matter. Interesting. Yeah, all the troops now have extra bonus thingies. Kind of cool. Alright, let me go check the other changes here real quick. There's one other thing I wanted to go under. Let me go through all the general, because I believe I might have missed some things here. Card art has been tweaked, we know about that. Troop cards will name display of the kingdom, we know that. Special effects on troops like freeze and such have been changed, we know that. Mana shield trait was gained, mana shield, we know that. 3 new troop types, boss, tower, and gnome. We kind of knew that. I didn't actually pay too much attention to it other than the boss one. But they're mainly just 3D special event things anyways. Guild tasks can now be completed multiple times at once. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's not really too relevant, but it's a nice quality of life thing. Kingdom banners have a visual update. We saw that, of course. Players can now play explore quest battles again without going to the world map. Wait, it wasn't like that before? I know with Explore it wasn't. I didn't realize it wasn't with quests. Yeah, that was really annoying. That's good then. Added delay between tap and continue button and refresh. That is sometimes useful, sometimes not useful. Changed puzzle board to be more opaque. Thank you so much. That's been needed so much. I don't know why they didn't do that in the first place. Minimum Android version required increased. That's not relevant to us. Collection events, Snot Stones events for everyone else have been modified. We know about that. They're adding a few different new types. They're still keeping all the old types, but they're adding several new ones as well. We already knew about that. Collection event targets now require more troops to be killed. That's not too bad. Exception is just treasure hunt events. But yeah, they were pretty low, like only needing 200 to do the event. It took no time at all. Like you can see this event right now, we are at 200 kill count, and we've completed out the entire event, yet we're probably at like 400 or 500 right now. Oh no, actually we're a little bit lower. That's interesting. Oh, it's mainly because you have to do it in PvP, and I've been exploring the whole time. But yeah, if we were doing a normal amount of PvP, we'd be at like 500 or 600 stones right now. Whenever I gave one of these, it was way ridiculously easy. I don't mind them making that slightly harder. Because they were like the easiest possible tasks ever. That basically everyone completed automatically without even needing to go out of their way to do it. Rewards for collecting events have been increased slightly. Oh, nice. So they made it slightly harder, but now you get slightly more rewards. That's cool. Team bonuses. Oh, they did make the team bonus mention now, too. Team bonuses for teams sharing team color have been reworked. That's kind of cool. So now there's actual bonuses and such. Yeah, they didn't end up making mention of the rotation. So like I mentioned earlier, yeah, I don't believe they did it because they didn't mention it. But they mentioned a while back that they were thinking about putting the legends and mythics on a rotation so they wouldn't repeat. But the patch notes make no mention of it. So that's weird. Anyways, we'll go to our mail, go get our defend rewards, and go back to the Explorer. Come on, Gnomes. We're... Oops, I forgot to add one to our battle thing. We're at 29 battles without a single Gnome. So we'll go take a... Oops, this is not the team I meant to use. Okay, well... well, I guess we're using this now. For at least one battle. It's gonna be so slow. This team is by no means made to use Explore. Most of the time, you can't use Explore teams in PvP, and you can't use PvP teams in Explore. While PvP teams still win in Explore, they win so slow. Because they're not made to win quickly with like one quick burst. They're made to win a longer or slightly elongated battle where they go and try getting a lot of mana and then go into like really big hits. Like you can see, we just now started to get the loop of our team going, yet we just already won the battle. So it's not really effective to go with something like that because you are going to overkill it every single time if you do something like that. But more often than not, almost every PvP team is not as efficient in Explorer and vice versa. Very rarely would you ever bother doing it that way. Okay, so every battle at this from here forth is bad luck on the Gnome rate. So as soon as we see the next battle, we're starting to get bad luck. If it doesn't give us a Gnome immediately. Assuming 1 in 30 chance, which is what they mentioned earlier. What's a decent replacement for Infernus on this team? Which one are you referring to? The previous one I was using? Infernus can normally be replaced with Goblin Rocket or Garuda in most situations, depending on what specifically you need in the team. Yeah, Goblin Rocket's really amazing. It's a little bit towards the slower side, but it's really good at winning. So many epics. It has 3 epics and a legend. Really? Hate when it does that because they get so much more durability that makes it harder to kill. Not by much, but still. Oh, the Diviner team? Yeah, probably Garuda. Garuda or, like I mentioned, Goblin Rocket. Let me see. Diviner. Yeah, there isn't a Divine, or there isn't a yellow with a high enough damage that would work in that coloration. Because you need a yellow-red there, regardless of what you put. It needs to be yellow-red. And there really isn't any good yellow-red Divine. I don't think there is. Let me double check. Divine. All colors. Guard's Avatar, yes, though not as good as Infernus. Grand Inquisitor, no. Infernus, yes. Jotnar, no. Penglong, I guess that could be an alternative. Valkyrie, no. And Voice of Orpheus, no. So I guess Penglong, you get it for free from the Shen-Ten Kingdom if you haven't already done it. It's a little bit below the normal amount of damage, but you're probably going to get Enchant, so yeah, that'd be perfectly fine. So Mercy, Diviner, Penglong, and Divine Isabella, I guess, would be what you would go with. It would still gain half mana, bringing it to 7. And it has, assuming you have Enchant on all allies, which could be done off of Diviner and possibly off of Divine Isabella partially. Assuming that you did have all of them. Or let's even say 3, because if you're cast spamming it some, it won't have it on itself, obviously. So let's say 3. That's about 20-ish damage, 27 in our case. Because we get that 2 times boost ratio each one. But yeah, we'd be hitting about 27 on average. About 25 to 27 each cast. And we'll probably have that Mythic on Monday as well. Oops, I keep clicking on PvP. That is not what we need to be doing. Go to Explore. Back to the Explore hunt. No more troop type or kingdom troops. Yay, less variety in PvP. Wait, no more troop type or kingdom troops. No, both of those are still applicable. Both of those effects take place. It's just they added another one of pure color as well. You have a fully traded Queen Titania. What troops are good with her? Alchemist, Hellcat, Goblin Rocket, Queen Titania. It's about the cheapest thing you can make that's really good with her. Also, actually, there's one thing slightly cheaper. Alchemist, Moneylender, Goblin Rocket, and Queen Titania. You can also roll with that. That's cheaper because you don't need a Hellcat, which is a epic troop that you might not have. But yeah, Alchemist, Moneylender, Goblin Rocket, Queen Titania. It's the cheapest strong thing you can make out of it, and it's still just as effective as just about anything else that you would run. Has a lot of damage output, and once it gets going, you pretty much get it looping forever. Assuming that the Moneylender doesn't miss, which hopefully it wouldn't. Though that is a possibility. Read JCG's comment above. Which one? Let's see. They are not keeping all events. You should read, not assume. Wait. They will remove kill troop type of kingdom troops. They didn't say they would remove it, did they? They said that they were going to increase the amount. Unless they specifically mentioned removing the one, which may have happened. Let me see. Let's see. That's not the right page. Collection event targets now require more troops. Collection events have been modified. They said they've been modified. They didn't specifically say that one would be deleted. Collection events will now focus on treasure hunt, kill troops, and kill troop color. We found that summoning troops plus kill troop types events were not as engaging for players. Oh, okay. Well, they said they would focus on it. They didn't say that they would completely remove it. They just said that the frequency would go down a lot. Unless they are implying with that they're completely removing it. Yeah, all they said is that they found that they were less engaging. And that they would focus more on the other ones. Doesn't say that's a complete removal of it, but... yeah, that does likely mean they will be mostly sticking with the other few then. Since it has lower engagement with the other one. But it doesn't specifically state anywhere there that they're completely removing it. It just says that they're changing the focus of them. Yeah, some summoning events were actually really easy. The other ones were really annoying. Like, for example, summon random daemons every single time. The kind of teams that you would need to build to go do that quickly is just really annoying sometimes. But if it was something like summon dragons, those are like really fun events. Or something like, or anything that's like really easy to summon, it would be good. But there are those annoying ones where you would never realistically use them on a normal team. And then you have to go out of your way just to do it. Most of the events you do have to go partially out of your way, but some more so than others, obviously. Like Treasure Hunt, you have to go pretty far out of your way if you're a late game player. Though a lot of newer players do it and don't have to go out of their way. Some other events are things like when you have to kill specific targets, like they mentioned, though they said that they're going to try doing those less. So basically everything that you have to go extremely out of your way for, other than Treasure Hunt, they are trying to do a lot less, or maybe even not at all. Yeah, nowhere there does it specifically say that they're completely removing them. Just that they're changing their focus to prioritize basically the ones that people just do more often. That people actually like, or that the good majority of players like. Because they have engagement data on all of the events. So basically they just chose the ones that people do the most, and then just they're going to keep doing those for most part. Or at least do them more common than other ones. We'll go to the green. And get that Rowan up. I almost feel like just putting a second firebomb here so we get to go quicker. Also, we're several battles beyond. I forgot to click enter a few times now. I think we're at 33. Let's call it 33. Yeah. Still have not found the next gnome. And we're starting to head towards bad luck at this point. At our current rate. I want to find at least one more before the end of this stream. But yeah, we are officially ending the event, or the Vault Key grind after today. No, well, I shouldn't say completely ending the grind, but we're ending the grind until the event comes after today. I might still spam a little bit of Explore, particularly if next week's event is particularly good for exploring with. We'll have to see. But if there's no event for Explore next week, I'm probably not even going to bother. Unless the Friday happens to bring the new Vault event thing. Because it does take a lot of battles just to find one of these. And if we were just to do PvP, we'd be lucky if we find one gnome the entire stream. Mainly because we'd be getting a lot less battles in if we were doing in PvP. You got 3 treasure gnomes in 6 battles. That is very, very lucky. I wish I could get that. I've never gotten that many that quickly. My quickest interval was like 5 battles apart. What do I think? You'll have to only use the troop that does 2 times to 5 times based on Ascension, and not a whole team from the kingdom. Let's see. No, you'll have to use the whole entire kingdom. You'll have to use the kingdom and the hero. And assumably you could use any of the bonus troops as well. But, no. They don't stack, I don't believe. They mentioned something about them not stacking if you try using multiple of them. So you wouldn't even be able to do that with the ones that specifically have those bonuses for game modes. Like, for example, for the bounty mode, for when they start adding bounty bonus troops, you can't just spam a bunch of the same troop that has the same bounty. You have to use specifically different ones. You can't just spam like 4, 3, or 2 of the exact same bounty troop. Alright, we'll go throw the Sunbird down. It's also going to be a little bit annoying with bounty initially, because it's going to be hard to fully ascend them. Because I don't believe we're going to be getting too many copies from normal means, especially if they're only available through the game mode itself. Basically, how it almost seems like it'll be is the bounty hunter, when it does get released, is you're basically going to spend all of your bounty hunter points initially just on trying to get more bounty hunter troops, because that would be a lot more valuable than spending them on anything else, because getting more bounty hunter troops would give you more bounty hunter score, and then that would in return give you more bounty hunter troops that you can then upgrade into even bigger bounty hunter troops, and then you complete that cycle until you have maxed out bounty hunter troops that then gains you a lot higher score that you can then use to go get all the other rewards. Though I'm not sure if that's exactly how it'll be, though it does almost seem like that'll be the case. We'll have to see. Are Gnomes and Valerian cards exclusive to Vault drop? I believe they can only be dropped from Vault. Has anyone gotten a Gnome off of not doing it in the Vault? I know for sure that the Legend is exclusive only to the Vault. I assumed all 3 of them were, though I am not 100% certain on that. But I do know that in 26 drops, we have not gotten a Gnome off of the Gnome. So there's a pretty good chance that you can only get it in the Vault. That or, again, we're just getting really unlucky. One of the two. Probably a combination of both. But to my understanding, it is only available through the Vault. All 3 of the Vault chests, troops. Okay, we'll go take the red there. Throw a Sunbird down. And we're at 37, no Gnome. Road to 100. No. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Where's my move? We'll just take that, I guess. As long as he doesn't, like, skull us or anything. Even if he does, I guess that wasn't a bit of an issue. Power Orbs get Legendary Gnome in Guild Task. Wait, Power Gnomes? Wait, Power Gems got Legendary Gnome in Guild Task? Did they really? Is that still broken? I think people got Exynos too from a guild task, didn't they? That's weird. Is he actually available in chests? I don't believe he is. He shouldn't be. But it might be the same issue that happened with Exynos, where Exynos was available in those packs as well as in from legendary tasks. I'm pretty sure they patched it for Exynos though. Not sure if it's intended or unintended for the how it currently is. Hard to tell these days. I'll throw that down. But yeah, to my understanding, they were only all exclusive to their own game mode. To actually incentivize actually playing the game mode. Kind of like how Guild War troops are only available through Guild Wars to incentivize playing Guild Wars. Alright, we'll go throw that over. Throw the Sunbird down. Oh, it was patched quickly. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, same issue happened with Exynos when it first launched. They keep forgetting to remove it from the drop pool. You'd think after the first time they would kind of realize that and have some kind of system in place. Apparently not. Because that's obviously not the first time that has happened. Alright, we'll throw the Sunbird down. That's pretty lucky for them then. If the entire guild of theirs got a free copy of that new guy. They're some of the only people that even have him then. We'll go take the red there. Go move the yellow over. Throw the sunbird. And down it goes. Hey, a level. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of levels. What do we do? On green, get it all even. Though I do throw it into pure purple if we ever find the purples, so we need to actually find purples to throw it into purple, of course. We'll go take the red down, put the purple, get the red explosion, and now we can just go straight into Sunbird. Actually, Rowan, slightly more damage, and that gets the kill, and off we go. Also, double check the redeem code, everyone, if you're just getting here. I'm not sure if it's still active. We'll have another redeem code when we find another gnome. At this point, it has been enough time that when we find the next gnome, it will be a redeem code time. We've been kind of doing that now for Friday, Saturday streams. That's probably going to be our new method for now on of giving out redeem codes. If we find a treasure gnome, we give out a redeem code. It's not going to be every single treasure gnome we ever find, but for the most part, particularly for Friday, Saturday streams, that's likely how it's going to work for the morning streams. We'll go throw the Rowan down. Of course, on most days, we wouldn't be grinding it this intensely, though. Just go throw the Sunbird down. And on Vault days, I wouldn't be able to do that, obviously. Because on Vaults, there'd probably be several per hour, which would be way too many redeem codes to give out. Oops, I should have gone for the Skull. Did I seriously not take that Skull that was just sitting there? I was just looking at its mana. I was like, oh, it's almost at full mana. And then I don't even go for the Skull, which would have killed it quicker. Also, hello, Drade. Welcome. And hello, Gamer Pra Sempre. And Yido. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. And if anyone still has anything you want me to go over, team builds, need help building teams, questions, anything, let me know. We'll definitely make sure to go over them. Because obviously right now we're just going on the gnome grind at the moment, since that's the only content we really need at the moment. I know that it's kind of redundant to even bother farming these this intensely, but currently we have everything in the game other than all the gnome stuff, so we might as well be trying to farm these. There isn't anything else we could be doing right now that would be progressing our account any better than trying to find these gnomes. So I might as well just be trying to find these gnomes, which is why we're doing it. Because if I was just doing PvP, we'd get more resources, but there's nothing we could really use those resources for that we don't already have. Whereas the gnome vault key, there's 3 things we can get from it, the 3 new troops that we don't have, plus the chance of power orbs. How long would you estimate it would take to get a Dawnbringer with Warlock, Dragon Soul, Warlock? 65 hours. It takes about 65 hours or so. Approximately, assuming you have no souls whatsoever. If you already have some souls, well, it's about 20,000 per hour approximately with that team, give or take a little bit. Could be a little bit slower than that, but yeah, roughly 65 hours is how long it takes. That is a lot of time, obviously. It takes several weeks of basically just farming over and over again, unless you happen to play a lot. I guess technically you could play that in like 1 or 2 weeks if you play a really large amount, but realistically that's going to be like a month-long effort trying to get a Dawnbringer. It does take a very long amount of time, and depending on what point of the game you're in, you might just want to wait and not even bother with it, because the amount of time it'll take you to get a Dawnbringer, you could already level basically every troop you have, almost. Because Dawnbringer, of course, requires 1.3 million souls. At the moment, I forget the exact amount, but I think it only takes about 3 million souls to max level every single troop in the game. So you have to do almost half of that just to craft 1 weapon, which is obviously really expensive. Alright, we'll go take a red over. But yeah, Dawnbringer is a really nice weapon, but it is essentially one of the most expensive things you can craft in the entire game, so it's not necessarily that worth it. It is nice to have as a utility, but I don't know. Compared to if you already have all of your troops upgraded, then yeah, definitely try going for it. But if you're still not anywhere near that, you would get better value just from upgrading all your troops. If you don't have a bunch of 5-star kingdoms, I would focus on doing that first, and then try going into the gnomes instead. Or I mean, not the gnomes. Then try going into the I just lost what I was trying to say. And then try going into the Dawnbringer instead. Because if you don't have all the 5-star kingdoms yet, you're not going to get better value from getting Dawnbringer. You get a lot better value just from getting the bonus stats that you get from 5 stars. Alright, we'll move that. Throw the Rowan down there. Go from there. Please answer your question. Sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, if I ever don't answer it, please just leave it again. Oh, what do you think? I might already answer that. Are gnomes and Valorian cards... No, I already answered that. Oh, yes. Are gnomes and Valorian cards exclusive to Vault Drop with no chance to get it from chests? Yes, that is the case, from what I can tell. There was one case where it accidentally didn't happen, like what JZG mentioned. But yes, they are all the vault-related troops are only available through vaults, the 3 of them. What was your question, GJ Rem? I see your thing stating what was your question, but I don't see where your question is. I'm scrolling back a lot and I don't see it. Please suggest a fast soul farming team with Farish Ra. That would be double Warlock, Valkyrie, Farish Ra. Or Dragon Soul, double Azarus, Farish Ra. Either of the 2. Assuming you're doing it in challenges. But yeah, it would just be something like this. Go to first challenge, explore, go throw down like a Dragon Soul here. We'll go do the Dragon Soul variant. Because I will assume that your Valkyrie doesn't have a high soul gain. So let's go this, go go Azarus's if you have them, otherwise go Warlocks or something. Anything that has Necromancy, basically. The reason we go Azarus is because it also has +1 purple. And then we throw Farish Ra all the way in the back. And the banner is already set correctly. It's +2 purple, +1 red, -1 yellow. And then you throw this on the highest possible difficulty you can do it on. Meant to do that on challenge, not explore. And I think we could do it up to hard. I think we could do it on hard. Let's double check. It has to be able to Dragon Soul double kill it. If we can kill it with 2 casts of Dragon Soul, yeah, we can. So you can actually do it on hard for 25% extra souls on this challenge. So go do that. Take yourself a red there. And just throw this down. Cast it twice, and then that's match. So do it the first time, get most of our mana back. Take the last bit of mana we need. Throw it down again. And that's pretty much how you would do it. And every single time that will be giving us personally 357 souls every time we do that. And that can win most often probably in about 40 seconds or so on average. But yeah, it would be an okay soul farming team. Something along the lines of that. You can go the Valkyrie version too. Would be slightly more annoying doing it with Warlocks though. Plus you need to make sure you do it within kill range. Though you could probably set it at a slightly higher difficulty if you did do it with them. Anyways, let me go back to... oops, that's not what I meant to use. Fail. Well, it looks like we're doing a soul farming team with this. I meant to go click back into my Explorer team. But this will be perfectly fine. Nothing else will get some souls here. On top of the souls we've been gaining normally. So we have Farish Ra too, which is kind of funny. Because I need that to go kill that out, so that works out perfectly. And now we throw a Dragon Soul and that's match. And that gives us max souls because we threw a Farish Ra in there. And that's match. And when max souls, we get 385 apparently on normal difficulty. So let's go do what I meant to do, which is click onto our Explorer team and keep going from there. Also, we're 41 battles now without a gnome. 500 explorers and you've only found 1 gnome. Yep, that seems like yesterday's luck or lack thereof. They said that they buffed it, but though it almost seems like the previous rate that they had for gnome drops, which is weird. But yep, the hunt continues. We're 42 now. And still not another gnome. We've only found 1 gnome in an 1.5-hour stream so far. And we'll be lucky if we even find 1 more. Hopefully we'll find 2 more by the end of the stream though. I want to ideally reach like 30 by the end of the stream though. I'm not going to keep playing until then because we will be here for a while if we get unlucky. So what are we at right now? 27? No, 26. Oh, come on. Really? We're only at 26? I thought we hit 27. Apparently not. We still have a long ways to go. You got a gnome and your game froze? Ouch. That is very unfortunate. I still have yet to see 1 gnome kind of invade me yet. Of course, we haven't crashed during any of them. We did have a weird crash yesterday that it's the reason why my stream was, if any of you didn't watch the stream and you were wondering why it's in 2 segments, it's because the stream crashed yesterday when the Gems of War crashed. It might have been something on my end, actually, that just kind of made everything crash at once. But, yeah, Gems of War crashed and then my streaming program crashed, which is kind of funny. But luckily we weren't in a gnome battle or anything important. It was just normal battle. Like one of these battles that has almost no effect on anything. other than giving us like 1,000 gold or so. Oh yeah, the play again button is one of the best features that came into the game this most recent patch. The play again button are my favorite few things that came in the patch are hopefully the 2 new game modes that came in, the invasions and the raids. But the main things are that we are already like visible within the game are this really thick, or what's the right word for that? Not opaque. Or would that opacity something? This really solid background that they did for the background here against the gems. It used to be like really weird and see-through. Now it's nice and solid once again like it was in the past, and it's really easy to see all the gems now like it was in the past. Other than that, some other changes. Immune to mana drain was a really nice addition this patch. Other than that, I do really like the concept of the gnomes, which they were balanced a little bit differently than what they are right now. But their concept I do definitely love. Other than that, play a begin button, obviously, really nice feature, quality of life feature. And I like, they actually made a lot of really good visual changes, like to some of the troop menus and stuff like that. It's a lot clearer, easier to understand. It's actually able to see, you're able to see the trait cost as well within the game itself. This is the first time ever you've been able to do that. Well, you could always see it for the following trait, but you were never able to see it for every trait simultaneously. But they finally made a nice screen for it where you can see it for all the traits. Yeah, it's the small stuff like that that really makes it nice. I will go for that. Get our poke, and keep progressing. Oops, I keep forgetting to click enter. I think we're at 44, somewhere around there. We're probably like 5 off on the actual amount of battles we've done because I keep forgetting to click to actually progress it forward. But yeah, we're at about 45 battles or so without a gnome. Still no hotkeys. Yeah, I wish that was added. They did already mention in advance, though, that they probably wouldn't be able to get that in. Though they did seem pretty interested in adding it, so hopefully next patch we'll have it in the mini patch that they do. That would easily be the best feature that comes in next patch if they do that, the next mini patch. They're planning on 6 major patches per year, though mini patches I don't believe they're counting as that. So that means the next mini patch will probably be next month. And the next major patch will be late April or early May, most likely. Neither of those 2 dates are official. But assuming they're sticking with the kind of upload schedule that they're planning, or the, not upload schedule, the update schedule, that's likely around when it will be. Because they're planning 6 major updates, so that means 1 every 2 months. And we just had the first one this year, obviously a couple days ago, with all the changes that came in with 3.3. Okay, what do we even need to move here? I guess we'll go take the red. What are hotkeys? Basically just things that you can press to automatically do something. One thing that they were going to try to add are basically hotkeys that will allow us to instantly cast. So basically, let's say, because we could probably rebind it to everything, we could use QWER to cast our abilities. So instead of having to click this and then click cast, I could click E twice. One to bring it up and then once again, and then boom, it will cast the ability. That's likely what they're going to be doing for hotkeys. It's already possible to do that on console as well as on PC if you use a controller. But PC is not capable of doing it via keyboard. But they're likely going to make changes, hopefully next patch, though if not next patch, definitely sometime in the near future, where you will be able to use keyboard hotkeys to do a bunch of commands. Currently, there's only 1 keyboard hotkey that actually does anything, and that is the escape button. Escape brings up the option menu. It'll also go back in menus if you're in a menu. So for example, if we're in PvP in here, if we click escape, it'll go back once and then back again. And if we do it again, it'll go to this menu. But that's the only hotkey in the entire game that does anything. Every other hotkey does nothing because there are no other hotkeys. But yeah, they're going to eventually do it for abilities and maybe a few other things as well. The abilities is the only really important one though, if they ever add it. But yeah, setting that up, because I'm so used to using QWER for MOBAs and stuff like that, I would absolutely love if they add it. Pretty sure it'll be rebinded. Even if they're not, it'll probably be something pretty generic that most things use, like that, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or something else. We'll have to see. And even if they're not rebindable, there's other ways to rebind keys. Though I'm pretty sure they would add a rebind option. Well, for Sunbird down. Oops! Am I accidentally doing PvP with this again? Yes, I am. It looks like we might actually win, though. Or never mind, no, we didn't get full mana there, which is really bad because he has famine. Again, once again, I accidentally went into one of these battles. Huge fail. Let's see. We can still win it, though. We're actually going to play this one out to see if we can win. Don't kill it. 1 HP. That's all we need. No. That's over. He's going to get famine again. How do I play this out? We don't have enough armor to really do anything. I have to take a skull because we don't really have another choice. I could go for a bunch of mana here and try for an extra turn. Oh, you know what? We actually have a guaranteed turn right there. So I will go for that. Take a skull. Taking him away. Oh, there's no way I can stop him from that. So I'm going to actually throw Split first because he's going to do something. We'll take a skull here. That gets our kill. He'll do another one. We'll take another skull. Free turn. We have the gold, so we can actually keep our turn right here, most likely. And try doing that for board control. Or simply go for the skull poke, which we didn't get. There we go. Exactly what we need. As long as Rowan doesn't die to Deathmark. Actually, I think we just won at this point. But that was a really clunky battle, because obviously that wasn't made to fight this. But there we go. Still a win. I'll take it. And, oh wow, our defend team has been doing really bad right now. You just got your second gnome? Nice. Well, you're doing better than us. We are currently, how many are we at right now? Where did my calculator go? 46. We are 46 battles in without a gnome. Hopefully we do not reach 100. Okay, what do I even need to move here? I guess we'll take a purple. Always when you're trying to find it, you will never find it. We'll go move that, get the kill, go from there. The arcane trait stones tend to feel like the same way too. Like if you specifically need a single arcane trait stone, you'll go like an entire hour without it, despite the fact that you can easily go upwards of 8 per hour. More towards actually 10 plus per hour is possible. But yeah, when you actually specifically need one, you'll go forever without one, it feels like. And the same thing's happening right now with gnomes. Even though they're technically around a 1 in 30 chance or so, we never get them. We never get them at all. Let's throw a Sunbird down. Get a Roban and keep going from there. We'll throw that down. And there we go. Keep going. Oops. That's the only slight thing I hate about the play again button. If you click it too quick, it's really sensitive and it'll like skip past the battle instead of playing it again. Which doesn't really even make much sense, because if you click somewhere else on the screen, it doesn't even do that. It only does it specifically around that button for whatever reason. Check your battle log, and the PvP win might have counted as a loss. Does that happen? Which one are we referring to? It does happen sometimes where PvP wins count as losses, but it normally only happens with that weird glitch thing. Alright, we'll go through the Sunbird down. I mean, the Firebomb down. Also, thank you for your subscribe. Oops, why did it... I don't know why it keeps making that weird noise sometimes. It doesn't actually bring up the notification showing that someone subscribed. I also thought I disabled the noise. Though it's really funny hearing that noise again. I'm still not actually sure what keeps making it, because I technically have it disabled everywhere. It's weird. Not gonna question it. We'll go through the Sunbird. We'll go throw the green over. And you could get the green. Go for the Rowan here. And that'll be the team wipe. Well, there's only one thing left. It's not much of a team to really wipe there. And we are now 50 battles in with 0 gnomes. Approximately. That's probably about 5 off or so. But, yeah, no gnomes. We'll go for another Firebomb. Hopefully we'll get at least one more, so we can go give out another redeem code. Well, I am giving out another redeem code regardless, but ideally it was when we get the next gnome. Okay, let's go for a Firebomb here. Obviously. Well, that's pretty much the start for almost every one of these battles. Not really much different. Let's get that down, go doing the rotation. You do not believe the 1 in 3 gnome claim? You're at 100 matches and still haven't gotten one? Yeah, supposedly that's about what it was at. I was getting that a little bit earlier, though as of recently I have been getting nowhere near 1 in 30. When they first announced that it was 1 in 30, I was getting about 1 in 30. But the day after, as well as today, we are getting nowhere near 1 in 30. It's more like 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, like you mentioned. It doesn't seem that close to 1 in 30 at all. Right now we're at 51 approximately. We'll go for the red there. Go for Sunbird. And just get the last little bit of kill. It could also be that they made it slightly lower for Explore, though that'd be really annoying if they did. Yeah, Explore is a lot more fun now compared to what it was, because you actually have something to look forward to other than just trait stone drops. I'm really going to enjoy whenever they actually finally do the Gnome events. Actually, out of most of the new events that are coming up, I'm probably looking forward to that one the most, just so we can finally get this already. It also allows us to get all 3 of the new troops. When we get the Vault event, assuming that it's not a ridiculously hard rate, hopefully it'll be something pretty easy to do once it's the actual event for it. But assuming that it is, we're probably going to grind it out until we get at least 1 copy of all the Vault troops, including the Legend. I don't think I'll immediately do it all the way to Mythic, because there's no need to actually Mythic any of those 3. The only thing I really need is 2 copies of the Legend, so that we could try a team with 2 of them in it. Probably only need 1 for some kind of weird Bonnie Rose team with like a that one pistol of weapon. But yeah, I do want to have 2 just to kind of mess around with him. That'd be funny if they accidentally add him to the Soul Forge as well. If he does, I am going to craft him. I'm going to craft 2 of them, because that'll save us a lot of time, having to go out of our way if we happen to find him that way. Well, let's go take that skull. That'll be easier for our things to kill it with. Sunbird right into it, and down it goes. I know, finally something Tacit doesn't have anything in. Hey, another Celestial. We probably have over 300 Celestials now. We are starting to hoard a very, very large amount, that is for sure. I will throw a Sunbird down. And not much of a follow-up at all whatsoever. We'll just take some purples, I guess, and kind of go from there. You're hoping to farm orbs so you can get every troop to Mythic. We might still be able to do that, though you'd have to do it off the new game modes, the new raids and the new, I believe Bounty Hunter might have it too. But I know for sure that raids and invasions are the 2 bigger ways that you'd probably obtain it. Bounty Hunter might have it, and of course the Gnome keys, the Vault keys, do have it as well. Though, excuse me, from what we can currently tell, the chance of getting it off of a Vault key is realistically almost 0%. Because you have to find the Gnome, you have to find the key, and then you have to find the orb within the key. So there's a lot of requirements that make it near impossible to get it from the keys themselves, unless there's a specific event for it. So that mainly just leaves the specific event plus the other 2 as the main ways of obtaining it. Alright, we'll throw a Sunbird down. Yeah, no one in the entire game has gotten 1 of every orb yet. Actually, I don't even know there's anyone who has more than 2 orbs. There are some people that have gotten a few, but yeah, not that many. We'll go throw that down. Not much really going on with that. We'll go move that one over. Throw a Sunbird, go from there. You'll be able to craft them faster than the Gnome Vault. Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Though I don't think he's actually ever going to come via the Vault. Though we'll have to see if he does or not. If he does come in, I mean, if he comes in through the Soul Forge. If he comes in through the Soul Forge, that's going to be so much easier than trying to get it from Vaults, for sure. Though we're most likely going to have to do the other 2 from the Vaults regardless, though. The Gnome and the other little bird thing, if we want to go get them. Also, similar to that, every single troop that's related to a certain game mode, I believe only comes in through the game mode as well. So there are going to be some troops related to, for example, Bounty Hunter, that you can only gain, I believe, through the actual Bounty Hunter points that you end up getting. So I'll go move that over, move that one over, take the red down. Throw a firebomb here, and progress from there. The Zul guy was in there yesterday. No, he's still in there now. You mean the Soul Forge? Yeah, he's supposed to be in there. He's like Xenos in that you can craft him whenever you want. Though realistically, you're almost never going to craft him. He is so expensive. He's even more expensive than Xenos. He's arguably the most expensive thing in the game right now, actually. And there's not even an achievement related to him like there is with Xenos. But, yeah, you need 8 power orbs, which is a fully max out on any troop. That's full traits, fully souls, or it fully ascends, fully traits and fully levels any troop that you use it on. So essentially it maxes out any troop that you use it on. And obviously that would be 8, meaning you could fully max out 2 teams, 8 troops total with these orbs. And on top of that, he also costs 300 gems and 50,000 souls, which really isn't that much, but those orbs definitely are. I don't think a single person has a single one of these major orb things. If so, probably only one. And hopefully the other 2 game modes will give us about 1 per week, maybe. If so, if they do give us 1 per week, then we would be able to get them in about 2 months or so, which would be somewhat realistic, I guess. Though still, that's a long time away. You can craft them into power orbs, though you need a bunch of the other orbs. You need 3 of each of the other 3 orbs. There's actually 2 other orbs too. There's an Orb of Chaos that gives you a random orb. I have no clue why Orb of Chaos even exists. And there's an Orb of Clans, which gives you additional seals to your guild. 300 if you use the smaller one, or 1,500 if you use the larger one. But yeah, these power orbs is what's needed to craft them, and they are really, really ridiculously hard to obtain. Hopefully the other game modes will bring them in a little bit easier. You finally got another gnome. Congratulations. I wish we could reach it. We're about 54 in right now with no second gnome. Yeah, the cost of getting a Zhuge Goff is the cost of maxing out 8 troops completely, which is really, really expensive. Oh wait, I'm doing this in PvP right now. I keep doing that. Every single time I like go into a little screen, I'll go right back into PvP. Oops, my bad. It's such a habit, but we'll go back to explore. Such a bad habit. Every single time I want to go right back to PvP. It's just what I naturally go and click on every single time. We'll go into Reds right there. Get a Rowan down. And we'll be good to go from there. Try changing Explore Place. Once you haven't gotten a gnome, you've gotten 3 since you started. Interesting. Okay, I can give that a shot. Change location every single time we don't find a gnome somewheres. We'll go give it a shot. Okay, let's do 3 in every kingdom. So let's start all the way from the bottom and work our way up. So let's start here and do 3 battles in every kingdom and see if that helps any. Wouldn't that be funny if we saw a gnome on the very first battle? Though, I don't know if that's actually a thing, but it's worth testing. Might as well. It's the same amount of battles anyway, so it just takes us slightly longer to get through each screen. Like 10 seconds, not even. If it actually increases our chance, then that's definitely worth it. I highly doubt that has any effect on it, but we might as well give it a shot. So we'll go do 3 explore battles in every kingdom and see if that increases our chances at all. So we're still 56 in without a single gnome. I'm still going to be keeping track of it like that. We'll throw that in there. There we go. 57. And now we'll move to a next kingdom after this battle. The Glitter Claw. Nope, none in this kingdom. So on to the next kingdom. Well, if nothing else, at least we'll get to see a nice variety of troops. So then again, that'll pretty much happen regardless of where we explore. Okay, so that's one's down. We'll start from the bottom right and work our way around, I guess. So let's go to Darkstone now. And throw down the explosion. If nothing else, at least we get a nice spread of all the trait stones. But that doesn't really matter at this point, since we pretty much already have everything we need trait stone wise. But oh well. We'll do an explore around the world. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be helping much any. It seems like the same rate from what I can tell. Though we've only done a couple battles. We'd have to do hundreds to really get good data on it though, to see if it actually would be any different. Pretty sure it has absolutely no effect whatsoever. And this will be the 3rd battle. Throw the Sunbird down. But yeah, that does seem like kind of fun. Let's go explore around the entire world of this game. So let's go do three battles in every kingdom in the game. I've never actually bothered doing that before, so let's go do it. Why not? There's no benefit to doing so, but might as well go around the world of Kristara. So go throw that down. Get that moves. Take a blue. Throw Rowan down. And keep it going. Put the enter in there. Oops, did I just change the dimensions? I think I did. I just like moved the thing to be slightly longer. Yep, I did. Oops. My bad. I'm not gonna bother fixing that yet because it didn't do it in a weird direction. If it did it to the left, it would be a little bad, but it just did it downward, so it's not blocking anything. If I go in my dimensions right now, it's not, yeah, it's off. Oh wow, it's off on both dimensions. It's wider than it should be, and it's not as... It's wider than it should be, but it's not as long as it should be. That's weird. Okay, well anyways, it's fine for now. Doesn't look off, even though it is off by 6 pixels one way and 1 pixel one way. Or it's 6 pixels off on the width and 1 pixel off on the height. That's not too big a deal though. So the only way to get a gnome is to do explore matches? No, you can find them almost anywhere. We just happen to be doing explore because they're a lot quicker. You can find them in explore, you can find them in challenges, you can find them in PvP, you can find them in arena, you can find them in quests, you can find them in challenges. The places that you can't find them are in like tutorial-like sections. You can't find them in Guild Wars, and I believe you can't find them in either of the other 2 guild-related modes either. But in most of the general battles that you'll be doing, yes, you can find them. Arena, challenges, Explorer, PvP, all that kind of stuff have them. The chance is supposedly about 1 in 30, though based on our data, it is 1 in 50 at best. More like 1 in 100. Oops, let me go to a different kingdom now. Let's keep exploring, going around the entire area of Kristara. Let's go over this way. You've found literally only 1 in arena, so have I. Though it is there, so they exist. Okay, let's go move that over. The hardest place to kill them is normally PvP. They take the stats of whatever they replace. So of course, because there's weird compositions, sometimes there's teams that can give a lot of red to a troop. But yeah, whenever we find another gnome, we'll give out a redeem code. Or another redeem code. And that'll be the last one for today once we find it. Though first we need to actually find it. Okay, we'll go into this next battle. I think we're at about 61 battles now, approximately. I'm keeping track of it, but I sometimes misclick and don't click it. Hello, Dennis. Welcome. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, well, we're trying the gnomes until we get them, pretty much. Today we're kind of giving up after this point. We're still going to be trying here and there, but until the event actually comes around, if we don't get it by today, I'm not going to be doing it as avidly as I have been the last few days. We're still going to be doing some grinding on it. Like tonight, I'll obviously still be grinding and stuff like that, but it is going to be cut down just a little bit, just because this is starting to get pretty unlucky at the moment. Well, at least we're getting arcane trade stones. But, yep, let's keep exploring the world. It's not helping any, but we might as well keep doing it, because why not? Let's just keep going around everywhere. Go take that down. Throw down the explosion. Well, at least give some more variation to this. Go for that. Dead. I don't think anyone has ever bothered to do this before either. Not like there's really any need to do it. But do 3 explore battles in every kingdom in one session. There's no point whatsoever in doing it, but hey, might as well. Might as well. We're exploring anyways. Might as well literally explore and go to every kingdom in the game. Okay, we'll go take those reds. Take that down. And that's the 3rd battle. To the next kingdom. And continue we shall. Hey, we found one! 63! It took us 63 battles until we find a gnome. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Will he drop a vault key? Will he drop a vault key? Come on, vault key! I can't watch. I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna block it. I can't see it. I can't see it. Is it a vault key? No! 5 diamonds! No! No, let me reset the timer thingy back to 0. Nope. So that took us approximately anywhere from 60 to 65 battles it took us to find him. But we got 5 diamonds out of it. No Volky. Oh, let me go change the thing below. Oh yeah, let me go give the other redeem code too. I did say on the next one. So let me go give that out. And that'll be the last redeem code of the stream, though we are going to continue the hunt still. Where's the number thingy? There it is. 27. 27 gnomes, no vault key. What's sad, what's also pretty sad is once we get a vault key, that's not even a guaranteed chance that we get anything good. All it might do is give us 3 drops, like 5 diamonds, some gems, and stuff like that. It might not even give us what we want. Anyways, let me go wipe out this battle and then give out the redeem code, and there we go. Kill out the guard's avatar. And to the next kingdom. But before I do, let me go and give out a redeem code. And find wherever that is. Let's see. Down the line. Oh no, we're starting to get low. Need to go request for more. Salty hasn't been around recently, so I haven't been able to ask her for more. Though I guess I could ask some of the other devs. Pretty sure almost all of them have the ability to do so. Lately that's been Salty's role though. We'll go put that there. Boom. Make sure that this works. Put everything in just so we know that it does work before I hand it out. And success. Okay, so let me go put this into the interface and everything like that. Where is the redeem code? Right there. Redeem code section. Put it in right there. Boom, paste, and let me center that some because it's way off center. And there we go. There's the code, everyone, right below me. As you can see right there. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Only works on PC and mobile. Console has the daily event things instead of these. But for anyone on PC and mobile, you do have these. So definitely go make sure to use one if you want. There it is, the redeem code. In chat, if you just want to copy paste it, there's the website, gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Or simply click that link. And yep, there you guys go. And it gives the normal reward as always. Oops, that's what I meant to click. Come on. Oh, you can have 2 menus open at once. Really? It's that broken? If you click both of them simultaneously, you can get both of them over top each other. That's weird. Okay, I didn't get it that time. Okay, I have no clue how I did that the first time. But anyways, let me check my tribute. And, oh, only a 3? That's pitiful. But same redeem code as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. As the treasure gnome. And let's go for that 1 key. What do we get? We get ourselves a Dragon Knight, which it was mainly made as an early game dragon counter. Though, even for early game dragon counter, it is pitiful for doing that. I really wish they would have made him a bit more viable. Or just a better dragon counter in general. Oops, I almost just went back into PvP. I keep doing that. Luckily, I didn't actually click this time. Oh yeah, let's go continue our exploring. So I believe we're up to Shentang now. So let's go to Shentang and keep it doing our around the world explore. We shall explore every kingdom for 3 battles. Because why not? Yeah, no problem for the code, everyone. What do you get from the vault key? There are currently 3 unique drops from the vault key. There's some kind of common bird. There's the gnome himself, who we keep seeing in every single battle. And then there's the legendary gnome, which has a 100% gold gain on its final trait. And it summons 1 to 3 bomb bots on its cast, which is pretty cool. So he's going to be coming in, or well, he's already in the game. But you need to get him off of vault keys. That's the only way you can really get him. I don't believe he's going to be in the Soul Forge. If so, then he will definitely be a lot easier to craft him in the Soul Forge whenever he does come around. But at this current moment, he is not in the Soul Forge, nor will he ever, most likely. Upside? No, never mind. Wait, this is an Explore battle? Wow. Those are some really heavy troops for Explore. Oh, luckily we got a bunch of Cascades, and there we go. But yeah, it's mainly for those 3 unique drops. There's also a 4th technically unique drop at the moment. There are also the chance of getting Power Orbs. Though, there are other means of gaining Power Orbs. It's by no means the only method. It's just at this current moment in time until Monday, it is technically the only method. So if you want to have one before Monday, the Vault Keys are the only way to get them. Though, there are, like, at minimum, like, 3 other methods to also get those orbs. It's just none of them are currently available. They're through those other special events that occur throughout the, throughout week to week. Like, next week you'll be able to get some through raids. The following week you'll be able to get some through invasions. The following week you'll be able to get some through bounty hunter. And probably the following week we might even have a vault event if they don't do one prior to that. So also have that. So yeah, there's other means of gaining it. But those 3 specific codes are the only ones. I mean, those 3 specific troops are the only ones that are specifically vault exclusive. What's the code? The code is written below. It's just a code that you put in on gemsofwar.com underneath their official website, underneath the game code section. It just gives a small amount of resources. It only works on PC mobile, though. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting to show where your invite code is. You can go find your invite code underneath any, under any menu. If you just click escape if you're on PC, or if you go under any options menu, whatever your game says right there is what your invite code is. Most of you probably already know where that is, but just in case you don't. You also need that for whenever people recruit you into your guild, or if you're trying to, like, do that on the forum or something. Like external to the game itself, you just give that to someone and then they can invite it to your guild. If you're doing it in global chat, it's a lot easier because you can simply just click on someone and then click recruit and do it that way. But if you're not doing it via the game itself, you need to know your invite code. Also, if you ever contact support, you normally use it for that as well, because they need to recognize your account somehow, and that's normally the easiest way to do so, is if they know your invite code, or if you tell them. Okay, so we'll go for the Sunbird here. Should be a wipe, and down it goes. And we shall continue our 3 kill to every explorer tour around Kristara. And hopefully we'll get another gnome by doing so. Oops, I'm not doing the calculator at all. Oh, I am way... Oops, no wonder why. I keep clicking enter on it, but I forgot to click +1. Okay, I think we're at about 6 or 7. Let's just say 7. Let's go with that. How easy I already lose track. It was mainly because I was clicking the enter button, but I forgot to click +1, so the enter button wasn't actually adding any to the number, which was a huge fail. When soul farming, are you just winning as fast as possible, or maxing out the souls? Both. Both. Unless you're using Dragon Soul, both. If you're not using Dragon Soul, then a combination of both. You should be getting at minimum 30 souls per battle. If you're getting anything less than 30 souls per battle, as in, or I should say not 30 souls, you need to get 3/4 of that bar. Whatever 3/4 of that number is. Like, whatever that number is, that number needs to be 3/4 of that number. Then you can win as quickly as possible. But you want to make sure it's at least 3/4. Ideally, you want to be able to max it out while also winning as quickly as possible. But anything less than 3/4, you might as well just be trying to play a little bit slower. Because, essentially, if you get, let's say, half there, and you win, well, you'd have to basically do 2 battles in order to make up for that. Whereas if you just spend the time to get those extra souls, then you'd get it, it's basically like doing 2 battles, essentially. So yeah, you want to get at least 3/4 of whatever that number is, as quickly as possible. Ideally, the full amount, but if it takes longer to get full amount compared to winning quickly, don't even bother. Like, that's mainly applicable to Dragon Soul, and some Valkyrie instances of using it earlier on in the game. But yeah, if you're using like a Farish Raw team, you never need to worry about ever hitting max souls, because you're always going to hit max souls. It doesn't matter what you do, so you always just win as quickly as possible. Also, if you're using a Soul Zara team, Soul Zara will also more often than not hit max souls if you're using in PvP. Though if you're doing it in Explore and such, it will not, unfortunately. Hello, Mars, welcome. Oh yeah, that's a piece of candy I've always been wanting to have, though I've never actually had it. It's one of the few pieces of chocolate I can have because most things contain nuts, and I believe a Mars bar does not. But a Mars bar, they don't really exist in the United States. I saw them once in Canada while I was up there in Toronto a few times, but I never bothered getting one. To my understanding, it's basically like a chocolate thing with marshmallow or something. They seem interesting. But yeah, anyways. that's the first thing I thought of when I saw your name. We'll go throw Sunbird down. What do we even need here? I guess we'll go and just get Sunbird up at this point. Finally got your first Volkey! Congratulations, Brian! Congratulations. Oh, by the way, did we add +1 to the most recent gnome we got? Did anyone remember the most recent gnome we just got when I gave out the code? I believe I did. That would have been a fail if I didn't, but oh well. How'd you completely forget at this point? Because I went to go do the code, but I don't know if I actually improved the number. Pretty sure I did. Not gonna worry too much about it. If we're off by 1, then it doesn't really matter. All we know is we've gone a lot of gnomes without finding a vault key. Yeah, the number below should be exact. The one in the thing that says 27. Let's see. You finally got your first gnome and it dropped 100 souls. You cry every time. Yeah, it's unfortunate when they give a really small reward like that. All their bigger rewards are still in the drop pool, but it seems a lot smaller compared to before. The drops that it has. They did another one of those buff nerfs where they buffed something, but they technically nerfed it in buffing it. Yeah, I really hope it's like 1 in 10 battles or something when they as an actual vault event or something really high. Okay, yes, it was 26 to 27. Okay, so that is correct then. The 27 that we have there is the exact amount on the dots of how many gnomes we have found since its release. Throw the Rowan down. And what's our number at right now? Oh, sure, I should go to a different kingdom. We're at about 11 battles without a gnome, so still not bad luck yet. I'm going to go over to Blackhawk, then we'll just go to Merlantis, I think, just so we know that everything below Merlantis is then what we need to go do. But yeah, once we finish the Kingdom Tour, I think we'll end the stream for the day. Because by that point, we should find one more gnome, and that should be good enough. Hopefully we'll get a Vault Key off it, though. If we don't, then we're not going to bother keep going until we get it. Could you imagine if I did what I said the very first stream? And what I said the very first stream was we'd keep playing until we find a Vault Key. I'd be playing for like 40 hours straight. If we were to have done that. Because we've gone 27 gnomes without one. And the amount of time it takes to get 27 gnomes is about, a long time. It's probably about, 10 hours? No, it has to be more than that. I don't even know at this point. It's a long amount of hours. We've been grinding this at minimum for several hours a day since its release. And still haven't gotten it. Not even one. Do you think that Zhuge Goff from the Soulforge would be viable? Oh yes, he'll be very viable actually. Is he worth crafting? No. But is he a viable troop? Yes. He's kind of like Dawnbringer. It's like, okay, it's a really nice troop, but it's, or weapon in that case, but it's so ridiculously expensive to get. Zhuge Goff is the same way. He's useful, but he is extremely expensive. What makes him useful is he has a freeze on his ability. He has an instant kill that can't be blocked. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I believe Barrier can block it in his case. I'm not sure if the raid boss version can be blocked, but I'm pretty sure the normal version of him can be blocked by Barrier. So Barrier can hard counter him, most likely. But other than that, he has a mass freeze, he has a mass burn, he has an instant kill that can kill anything other than things that are barriered. And overall, he's just going to be really strong. He also gains 5 stats to everything per skull he takes, which after you take a few skulls is going to stack into a lot of stats, obviously. If you take like 5 skulls, boom, you just got 25 to all stats, including magic. But then again, magic kind of irrelevant on him, similar to how it's irrelevant on the Great Maw. But still, that's besides the point. He's gaining 5 to armor, HP, and to attack, which is really nice. Great Maw does the same thing, but it does a Devour, which can easily be countered with immunities, as well as Barrier. Also, it only gains 2 to all stats, not 5 to all stats. The slight downside to the Mythic, though, is that he does have a 32 mana cost, whereas the Great Maw only has a 24 mana cost. Okay, we'll go through the Firebomb here. Tacit, have you tried the Alchemist, Moneylender, Yalgwei, and Goblin Rocket troop setup? Yes, I have. I've tried it. I've also tried it with Queen Titania, both of which work really amazing. I keep suggesting it for budget version of him. But yeah, I'll probably re-mention it again next week when he's available through event keys. I'll probably show it again maybe on the Monday video or something, depending on what we have available to use. But yeah, it's really strong. I have found it to be better with Queen Titania. You can also use it with both. You can use it with both Yalgwei and Queen Titania if you want to. But yeah, any combination of those is pretty nice. Okay. Let's go get a Sunbird down. And get that down. Boom. And let's go to the next kingdom. Continue our tour. Hey, we got a trade stone too. Nice. Okay, let's go do Merlantis, and then we'll go do everything that's like southwards here. So we'll need to go to Divinian Fields and Zolkiri, then work our way and kind of keep going from there. Okay, so let's go do Merlantis. Let's go do 3 battles here. Keep our tour going around all of Crystara. Is this team good for Red Day Guild War? Crimson Bat, Draculus, Valkyrie, Def. Oh, that's funny. That is the first team I ever made. Not in that order, though. It was Crimson Bat, Valkyrie, Draculus, Def. I put the Valkyrie in front of the Draculus. But that is actually the first team I ever made when Guild War first came out. If you go all the way back to the very first ever Guild War day on like week 1, that is the exact team we used, except in order of Crimson Bat, Valkyrie, Draculus, Def with a +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown banner. So yes, that works. Is it that viable though? Not anymore. I would not really bother with it these days. I personally don't find it to score good enough. But if you don't have any other options, yes, it's pretty strong. It's just it doesn't really score too well. I think it scores on average like 9,100, 9,200, which will still give you 5 wins, but I don't know, it's a little bit clunkier compared to other options, but if you don't have any other options, it's definitely perfectly fine for winning. And of course that assumes that Crimson Bat and Def are fully traded. If that's not the case, don't even bother with the team. Because the whole point of that combo, of course, is to do 2 times skull damage perpetually with the Crimson Bat. Crimson Bat still has one of the strongest skull-related traits. He's still the only troop in the game that has 2 times skull damage to every other troop in the game. The reason for this is every troop can be missing HP. So since his skull ratio is based on missing HP, there's nothing that he doesn't work on. Also, whoever mentioned the theory on do gnomes drop more commonly if you constantly keep switching kingdoms? Based on what I can tell so far, no. That has no effect on it, which is to be expected, but it was a good try. It's a good try, but no. Constantly switching your kingdom does not appear to have any effect whatsoever, as it shouldn't, on getting a gnome. It's basically just a flat rate. Oh no, he just submerged. I think I actually can't kill that because it's multi-hitting. It doesn't even poke him. That's a fail. Now it will because he's the only one left, but we're going to need to hit him twice because I actually don't have any way of easily removing that barrier. Okay, we'll go for the Sunbird here. That'll get rid of barrier, and now we need to go do it again just to go kill him. And down he goes. Okay, new kingdom. Let's keep going to Divinian Fields. Keep going around all of everywhere. Well, we've kind of already done Divinian Fields a billion times, but I guess we'll still do it as our tour. Going around to every kingdom for 3 explore battles. Technically more, because at minimum 3. Sometimes I click a few more on the repeat. But let's keep going. We're also currently about 17 battles dry of getting a gnome. So we're not getting bad luck yet. There we go, and now one more in this kingdom, and then we move on to the next kingdom. And continue our tour. And go for the firebomb there. And it lives, barely. I don't have any quick way of killing it. Oops, I was expecting that to actually give us more green. I didn't see it cascaded both sides. He doesn't even take it, so there we go, perfect. And one more. And that will bring us to 20 battles with no gnome. And anything beyond 30 is when we start hitting bad luck. So we'll go take the red to red. Throw a Sunbird down. Let me have it, please. There we go. Not even going to bother with the skull. He's just going to die anyways. And there we go. On to the next kingdom, Zolkiri. And that brings us to the 20, as I mentioned. Okay, 21. Let's throw the firebomb down. Get a bunch of cascades. Take the reds. Throw a Sunbird. And there we go. On to the next one. Hey, Nexinos. He got buffed, though he's still useless. Go take the red, throw a purple, throw a Sunbird, and Firebomb will kill it out for the wipe. Come on, cast. This is why we need hotkeys. You wouldn't misclick a billion times. And you don't really misclick on mobile either, because it's a lot easier since you know exactly where it's going to be each time. And you don't have to like move a little cursor every single time to the exact location. It's a lot harder to misclick on both console and on mobile, because on mobile you just click the same location every time. You don't need to move anything, and with console you just need to click the same button every time, so it's not like you're gonna misclick the button. I guess you technically could, but it's a lot harder than misclicking due to not moving the mouse enough. Off topic, but would Azura be useful instead of Valkyrie in the Dwarven Gate Tesla team? It wouldn't be better, but you could use it as an alternative, but I wouldn't really see why you would need to use it instead. The reason you specifically use Valkyrie is not necessarily even because of its ability, though it is a pretty decent ability, But because it has 10 mana, you have to keep in mind that you can just double cast Dwarven Gates into full mana Valkyrie. It works pretty well with all the mana costs that you have on the team, because both the Dwarven Gates are 10 mana, and they give 5 mana each cast to everything else, as well as the fact that Valkyrie's 10 mana and Tesla is 15 mana. It actually works out perfectly. It would be the biggest nerf ever if they made Tesla 16 mana cost instead of 15. She'd almost become unusable with that team because of how drastic of a change that would make for it. But the fact that they all have a mana cost divisible by 5 makes it super easy to run that kind of team setup. And it's the whole reason why you even use a Valkyrie in the first place. That, and it creates blues pretty easily, obviously, since it does have a convert into blue. But yeah, I would definitely suggest Valkyrie over Azura. It's not only cheaper, but it's also would work better with Dwarven Gates. That's not saying that Tesla plus Azura is bad. It's actually a pretty good combo. It's just in that particular team, it's better to use Valkyries. Because Valkyries work better with Dwarven Gate. Double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie works with almost every blue trip in the game. It's just Tesla happens to be the best one that it works with, because it gets the boost ratio off the armor and it has really high damage output. It's also not magic dependent, which is nice. It's only armor dependent. And since nothing on the team does armor damage, it works out well. That's the other slight issue with using Azura with a Tesla too. It could sometimes hit armor, which would be kind of counterproductive. Okay, we'll go move that down. I'll go take the Azura there. I mean, the bomb bot there. I mean, I'll get it right eventually. The fire bomb there. Go for the split damage, and there we go. Hey, an arcane, nice. A useless arcane, but at least we're getting a little bit of everything. Keep getting those stocks up as we keep exploring around. Getting like 1 arcane per kingdom. No, actually, we're not getting that many. We'd have to get 1 in every 3 battle if we were. We are definitely not getting 1 in every 3 battle, that is for sure. Okay, let's skip this. And, hey, we got a Runic, nice. Let's go to Miss the Skills. Did we do Darkstone? Blighted Lands? I forget if we did. I think we did Darkstone. I don't think I did Blighted Lands, though. We'll keep going this way. Explore. And we've done about half the kingdom so far, and now we just need to go do the other half. So we'll go take the blue right there. Hopefully we'll find a gnome by the end of that. Or even sooner would be great. If anyone else still has any other questions or anything, feel free to leave them in chat. Otherwise, we're just doing our explore tour around the Crystara. Can you try out Warlock, Valkyrie, Money Disciple? Wait, Money Disciple? Or Monkey Disciple out, and it works very well. I have not actually tried that yet. It seems like it would be nice. Pretty much the same thing as any standard soul farming team, except you throw a Monkey Disciple in it. But yeah, it would give it the red and the it would give Valkyrie mana really well. Yeah, we'll go do it right after this battle. And we'll probably do it in Divinion Field first challenge, just because that's the best place to go do the farming. Go through the Sunbird, and down it goes. Leave, and okay, let's go to Divinion Field first challenge. Challenges, fight. And let's go do the team real quick. Double Warlock. We keep doing all the soul farming teams. Warlock, Valkyrie, and Monkey Disciple. And there we go. Okay, banner. We're probably just going to go standard all-in on Valkyrie, which is +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown. The -1 brown isn't really that relevant. And it creates pure color into Valkyrie. That'll help us get her mana, of course. There we go, move the brown over. Monkey Disciple, you need 1 green. Unfortunately, there's no 1 green on this board, so we'll try cascading for it, which we don't get. That we do, though, so we'll go for that. This will give us full mana Valkyrie, and then we can work from there. Okay, we get full mana Valkyrie now. That will be able to feed into the thing. I need to get our extra turn here without converting out yellow. That is not possible. So we'll do it off of brown, it looks like. So we'll get rid of brown. That will give us the red right over here that we can get for some mana. We have 1 cast that we can go do, though probably not worth it. We need more souls. We'll cast Valkyrie again. That'll bring us to max souls. Though it might take you a 3rd cast if you have a lower soul gain on your Valkyrie. Oh, oops, I forgot to set the difficulties to be slightly higher. We'll go do that, and now we just double cast on the Warlocks, and that'll give us an okay amount of souls. I think it's like 275 or something, 250 to something. Let me see, how many did we get? We end up getting 220 from that battle. And we could have set the difficulty to get like 275, almost 300 or something. Because we could do that on Warlord 2 difficulty with how much we hit. Like if we go do this again, put it up to Warlord 2, should be able to get away with that. Also, I forgot, I need to count these as battles too, since these technically have a chance of dropping the gnome as well. Wait, what? We took a 5 times bow and got 6 mana. How does that work? Or was it a 4 times on accident? Did I accidentally take it for 4 times? I must have, because that would explain, because we have a +2 right now. Or that, or it wasn't a 5 times, and I just thought it was. 1 to 3. Okay, we'll go take that. We need Valkyrie to full mana. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this then. We could simply take that immediately, throw that down. It completely misses, unfortunately, though. We'll go take that, get a Valkyrie down here if we can. Looks like on green, so we'll go for that. That'll give us the double cast that we need. I guess we go for another blue just so he has full mana in case we need Valkyrie again, because we do need 1 more for the cast. We'll let him do whatever here. We'll just go and poke out that one, work our way down. And we have enough to kill any of them in 1 shot, doesn't even matter. Because we're on Warlord 2, but we have exactly enough damage. Throw that down so we get the mana. That gives us another Valkyrie into full mana. Throw it down to red, looks like here. Oops, that wasn't even an extra turn. And Warlock into Warlock. Nothing else we need to really move here other than just a blue. And he'll take whatever, double poke, and that's match. So we'll do whatever there. And we'll kill him out with sure, skull, why not? And there we go. And that gives 280 souls, not too bad. Yeah, it's definitely a really interesting concept of troop. You do have to sacrifice a little bit of your extra souls, but you do get a quicker win, and you get really easy Valkyrie mana. I do prefer the Dragon Soul version a bit more with that, and I would probably prefer just going like triple soul gains. But no, it is definitely a really interesting concept. I didn't think about using him for that purpose, but it does work out pretty well. Well, let's continue our tour up to Groshnak now, and then we'll have several more kingdoms to do. Doing 2 kingdoms, or we're doing 3 explorers in every kingdom right now is what we're doing. Trying to find a treasure gnome. We're up to about 26 dry of not finding one. Hopefully we find one soon. He's about a 1 in 30 drop, though it feels more like 1 in 50, though sometimes it feels more like a 1 in 100. We'll throw that down, get a sunbird. And continue around. Gotta do 3 in this kingdom. Wait, doesn't Lantern Banner work on an alternative to the -1 brown? Wait, what's the Lantern Banner? It's +2 yellow, +1 red, -1 green. Isn't that what it is? Yes, you are correct. Though with that particular team, it wouldn't work. Because with Monkey Disciple, he has 8 out of 11 mana. So you'd want to make sure you have your full amount of green. If you -1 that, you would have to Surge. And while for me, that might work because I have like a 63% Surge chance. For most players, that probably wouldn't work out as well. Because if it doesn't Surge, you just ruined the whole reason you even use a Monkey Disciple in the first place. And that's to get him up with a 100% chance every single time. Because there's only going to be a % chance that he will work every single time, and that's probably not worth it. Particularly for how much you'll be spamming it if you're using it as a primary soul forming team. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't bother doing -1 green. I'd much rather put it on a -1 brown. Because that has no consequence, really. Whereas about 2/3 of the battles, if you put it on -1 green, you're, or 1/3 of the battles, the Monkey Disciple will not get his full mana when taking a green. And that's pretty important that you get that. And if you don't have the -1, he'll do it 100% of the time, assuming you have him fully traded. Okay, we don't have the mana we could take, so we'll just do whatever. He gets a shuffle. Better not get a barrier. Oh, he doesn't even have to trade. Okay, that's fine. That works out. We'll throw the Sunbird down, and down it goes. Sunbird 2 times Firebomb and Moneylender. Works quite a bit faster than Rowan variant. Does it? We'd have to throw both of those Firebombs down every single time, though. The whole reason I have the Rowan here is in case the mana isn't giving us the correct ones. Because sometimes we won't get the correct mana every single time. And we have the Rowan there to be able to pick those up. At that point, I might as well just use the Forest Guardian version of it. Okay, well, like right here would be a nice time to throw another Firebomb if we did have it. And we'd be able to get the win already right here as well. We would already have won the battle. I'll go throw that down. Get our poke. Go from there. But there are other instances where we would be able to get a full Rowan, where we wouldn't have been able to get a full Sunbird, which come in handy. I guess we'll go take that immediately, just to get a quick kill, so this will be enough to kill it out. Throw Sunbird, dead. And keep progressing. Let me go into the next kingdom, leave. And Blighted Lands we already did, but just in case we haven't, let me go explore it, because why not? make sure we've done all of them. Hello, Anthony. Welcome, welcome. If anyone else still has any other questions, team builds you want me to go over anything, let me know, and we'll definitely make sure to do so. Otherwise, we shall be continuing our tour around Kristara. We're basically just exploring 3 times in every kingdom. Why? No reason. Someone suggested it earlier, like maybe it'll give us a better chance of getting drops. Obviously, it has no effect on drops, but I figured we still keep doing it because why not? Also, 2 more battles and we've hit the 30 battle mark, and that means we are starting to hit into bad luck territory, according to its approximate drop rate. And that brings us to 29, and 1 more will bring us to the 30. Throw the firebomb down. Did you miss the redeem code for today? Yes, we already handed out both the redeem codes when we got the 2 gnomes earlier. We handed them out when we got the gnomes. And while we might be getting another gnome, I do not have any more redeem codes, unfortunately, to hand out today. And 1 more battle. Oops, never mind, that was the 1 more battle. Well, it looks like we're going to 31, apparently. Because I accidentally misclicked. But oh well, we'll throw this down. Well, not really misclicked, but... like right here, when we get the Rowan, that's kind of nice. And then we can just go straight into single firebomb. Which we wouldn't have been able to do if we didn't have the thing. Though then again, I guess we could have firebombed and then Sunbird. Which I guess could have done a similar thing. But there we go, up to 31 now. And Groshnock, we already did that, we did. Looks like we're moving up to now... Dragon Claw, and then doing everything from up here. So we do need to do everything here and up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 more kingdoms. So we're slightly past the halfway point on how many kingdoms we need to do. So let's continue. Let's see. Don't mean to be pushy, but could you answer the previous question about the Dwarven Gate team? Oh, sorry about that. I didn't see it. Yeah, feel free to keep leaving them if I accidentally miss it for whatever reason. Speaking of the Dwarven Gate team, you didn't, or you don't have a Tesla. You can put a Crimson Bat there, or Draculus, or really anything that does full AoE true damage, and have been using Pride Guard instead. I don't think that would work. Oh, I didn't even notice. We have a gnome just sitting right there. I'm like talking and answering that question. I didn't even notice him. Is there any other troop that could work better? Yes, Crimson Bat, Draculus, even Marilith maybe. But things like Crimson Bat, Draculus, Uryali, really any full true AoE true damage, or any really heavy just AoE in general that hits all enemies. Alright, let me go for this right here. Throw that down. Here's the moment of truth. Will he finally drop us the Vault Key? Dun dun dun. Come on, Vault Key. No, wrong key. I saw a key right there. I was like, yes, no. Aw, really? That's just taunting us at this point. 1 gem key. Well, we got a key. Wrong key. Rip. Really? 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 Well, at least we got it within about 30 battles. That actually was pretty good on the normal drop rate. We did 32 battles to find him, so that wasn't too bad. That's basically 1 in 30. Well, back to the drawing board. Nope. Oh, I forgot to go add 1. Let me go do that. We have 1 more than before. Oops, I moved that back into place. Okay, let me go and fix that. We have 1 more than before. We're up to 28 now. 28, no Vault Key. It is very depressing. Okay, on to the next one. Where's my color? There's no colors I can take, so we'll just throw that down. Come on, something gain full mana. And throw the Rowan down. Oh, why? Why? 1 gem key. Wrong key. Completely the wrong key. Okay, we'll go move that down. Throw a Sunbird in there. Why is this thing so tanky? It's all legends and mythics pretty much. Throw another Sunbird in there. Come on, let me cast. Okay, that's 2 battles. Let me go put that up to the number we need. Oops, 1+1, and then click enter, and then we just keep clicking enter. Okay, and that's all we need to do for this kingdom. Let's go to Forest of Thorns and keep working our way around. Let's see. Is there any Dwarven Gate team good without Tesla? Yes. Crimson Bat would be the main thing I would go for if you didn't have the Tesla, because it's still 15 mana cost that hits everything for true damage. It's not as good as the Tesla. Normally you'll have to 3-cast it, whereas Tesla can normally 2-cast due to how she scales. But yeah, you can still run with the Crimson Bat. It's just a little bit more annoying than a Tesla. Yeah, we're up to 28. Did I change it? Yeah, I changed it. We're up to 28 right now, as far as gnomes go. 28 with no key. And we're now 3 battles in with no thing. Well, actually, that's not too many. Obviously, that's a really small number. Okay, take our blue mana, get it all the way up, throw down the split there. And one more battle, then we switch into the next kingdom, and then I believe we have about 14 more kingdoms to go, 13, 14, somewhere around there. I go throw the firebomb down, get a Rowan down, let's throw the poke. Come on, cast. Let me double check to see if that actually was a gem key. Pretty sure it was. Actually, before I do, let me go do one more battle. It'll drive me crazy if I don't. Let me go do that first, and then we'll go check it. I will throw the firebomb down. Throw some green. Oh, I should have taken the purple. Oh, well, not that big a deal. Throw... Actually, he didn't even take it either. But we'll go for that since there's already enough damage. And down it goes. Okay, let me go check that. Yeah, I highly doubt that was actually a Vault key. Nope. No! 0 still. Give me an actual gem key. Why? Why? Okay, let's go to Kedar. Let the hunt continue. On your other account, you only have 2 mythics. Infernus, nice, and Ketris, also somewhat nice. Are there any good Guild War teams you can make using these troops? You have also Divine Isabella. Oh, very nice. Let's see. Oh, wait, yeah, that would work with Ketris. Though that doesn't have any color similarity, though, with Ketris, unfortunately. It does with Infernus, but it doesn't work as well with Infernus. Yeah, Divine Isabella I don't think would really help it too much. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, with Infernus it would. What am I saying? Yeah, Infernus is a Divine. I was thinking of Wordbreaker for a second. But yeah, you could definitely go with the 2 of them. You'd probably go... well, I assume a Yellow Day then, if you're going that way. So you'd go something like Orgoltha, Divine Isabella to feed right into it. 1 other supporting troop, and then Infernus all the way in the back. Or you could put Infernus in 3rd troop and then put your support troop in back, particularly if your support troop has immune to Devour, just in case they're running Kraken or something. As far as support, that really depends on what you have. If you're running it for a Yellow Day, which if you were running Gorgoltha, you would have to. I'm trying to think of a yellow that would actually work for support for that team. I can't actually think of one off the top of my head that would specifically work yellow-wise. I guess maybe a Hellcat, but then again, that conflicts with the colors, unfortunately. Because that would help with the red situation. But you might as well just use the Convert to work that. I don't know, I'm trying to think of a yellow. There aren't really too many that you could do. I guess something with some kind of yellow that has a impervious on it or something could end up working. Even just a Mana Core or something simply for some pure disable wouldn't even be that horrible. Because you'd be able to use that to constantly keep draining them for small pokes. It also has Impervious, so you don't need to worry about Freeze or Devour or anything against it. It's also really cheap, and you should probably have it. Even if you don't have it traded, it's really easy to get traded if you don't already. I go throw the Sunbird in there. Oops, I forgot to go track the thing. Let me go put a 1 in there. And need 1 more from this kingdom, and then we'll be good to go. Is it possible to get more than 1 gnome in a battle? I do not believe it's possible to get more than 1 gnome in a battle, other than for Volkies, which will, I believe, automatically have 3 gnomes in them, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, normally, I don't think it's possible to have more than 1 gnome. I think it just only can do 1. Though, maybe it is possible. I haven't seen anyone report getting a battle with more than 1, though, aside from Volkies, obviously. But I mean, like, a normal battle. Yeah, I've seen 0 reports of it so far, so I assume it's not possible. And even if it is, the chance of it happening is, what, 1 out of 30 chances, assuming it actually is 1 in 30. So the chance of it happening is ridiculously small. You should put Puzzle Quest stream on hold and try getting the vault key. No, we're not going to be doing it that long. We'll have plenty of time to try to get the vault key in the future. We'd be here for the entire weekend if I try getting vault key now. At this point, I'm pretty much just waiting until the vault key event. Because at that point, it'll be so much easier to get, assumably, than what it is right now. Because not only does it increase the gnome drop rate, it also increases the chance of getting a vault key specifically off of the gnomes. So not only will you see more gnomes, you'll also see more vault keys off the gnomes. Gnome buddy gnomes, the troubles I've seen. Haha, nobody knows the trouble I've seen, that's funny. In all gnome form. Okay, we'll do this third battle. Oops, I forgot to click enter twice. We're up to 10, it looks like. And this will be the third battle for here. That'll bring us to 11 battles. Oops, move the red. I know, these gnome puns are starting to get ridiculous. They are funny, though. Okay, White Helm. Adana. Did we do Adana yet? I don't think so. Let's do Adana, just in case. And then we'll start in the top right and work our way around for the final few kingdoms. Also, if any of you are wondering what we're doing right now, we're trying to farm treasure gnomes while simultaneously doing 3 explorers in every kingdom. Because why not? Okay, into the next one. That brings us to 11. Have you said when the first Vault week is? No, they have not confirmed yet when the next Vault week is. Hopefully next Friday, though a new Mythic is coming next Friday, so probably not. Yeah, we have not the slightest clue when it's actually coming, to my knowledge. And I have not seen them report it anywheres. Yeah, hopefully as soon as possible. It's most likely going to run whenever it does come from Friday till Sunday. And by that, I mean Friday morning all the way until Monday reset. Okay, we need to do one more battle. And then we move to the next kingdom. And hopefully we'll get at least one more gnome by the time we finish out all the kingdoms. And hopefully that gnome will have a vault key so we can finally do it. That'd be a great note to end the stream on, though that's probably not going to happen. Okay, now all we have to do is all of these kingdoms. This like little, I don't even know what to call this shape. Like a badminton? Like a tennis racket, kind of? I don't know. It's these kingdoms right here. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. This little like circle-like shape with a rod right there. Anyways, let's go do the rod. And then we have like a triangular shape. I don't know. Is that a triangle? No, that's a... What's that one shape? Oh, you can tell I haven't been in school for so long. What's that one shape that is... Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. It has 4 sides, but it looks like a... Let's see. I can't make it that well. It looks like this. What's that shape called again? That is so sad that I forgot. It has 4 sides. Looks kind of like a... It has 2 parallel lines and those 2 lines going inwards. It's not called a diamond, no. It's, that shape. It has that, like that, and then a line going. Trapezoid. Yes, I believe trapezoid is the one. Let me see. Google. The mighty Google. Is trapezoid the correct answer? Trapezoid. Trapezoid is correct! Yes, trapezoid is correct. Thank you. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. Oh, that's so sad that I forgot what that is called. Rhombus? Wait. Is it a rhombus? No. I believe trapezoid was the right one. Let's see. Though we'll check rhombus as well. The almighty Google. Tell us, what is a rhombus? No. Trapezoid was correct. It is not a rhombus. Yes, trapezoid was the correct answer. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, anyways. Let's go with, where were we? Kazel. Wait, did we finish out Stormheim? Let's keep doing Stormheim a few more times. I don't think I did. Okay, we'll throw down a firebomb there. Do I get a free vault key for that? I wish. If I could, I would. Okay, let's go do this a few more times. Actually, we don't need to do one more after that, because that'll definitely be enough. And that'll bring us to 15 battles. And now I'll just move that. Move that. Get a Sunbird in there. Yeah, I probably should go back to the double firebomb. does seem a little bit weird doing this without double firebomb, because you get weird situations like this where you're taking a bunch of mana and then you don't get the kill, and situations like this are horrible. Okay, we'll throw that down, and it really slows it down quite a bit, but we'll go skip past that. That brings us to 15, and let's go to Kazale now and keep working our way around the trapezoid. Okay, let's go, and nope, still none. Though we haven't even reached 30 yet, so I guess that's okay that we haven't found one. So hopefully we'll find one in the next 15 battles. Just in case we need that, I'll take it. Actually, let me take a skull here. Oops, that's not how you take a skull. And that should be enough damage. Down it goes. And into the next few. Play it again. We'll need 2 more, then on to the next kingdom. Nope, still none. We don't have a good drop there, so we'll simply go for the firebomb. Full mana, perfect. And we'll get that right into the team wipe. And one more, and we'll be good to go into next kingdom. So we'll throw down firebomb here. He'll do a mercy or whatever. We'll just throw that down for the other one down. Throw the firebomb. And get our mana. Throw that down again. And there we go. And oops, I did one battle too many. Oh well, not that big deal. And we'll just throw the firebomb down. Get the last bit of mana that we need. Oops, I should take in the thing. Not too big a deal though. Throw that down and dead it goes. Any luck with the Volkey? Nope, still dry on the Volkey. We are 28 gnomes with no Volkey. Very bad luck. But let's keep continuing. We're doing a 3 battle per kingdom tour right now around every single kingdom in the game. We've done every single kingdom except these right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 kingdoms left until we've done every single kingdom in the game. So let's continue. And continue doing 3 explorers per kingdom. And then we'll be ending out the stream. And hopefully we'll get at least 1 more gnome. And hopefully that gnome will have a Volkey. That'd be the most perfect thing to end on. Final battle, we get a Volkey from the gnome. That'd be too perfect to actually happen. But you never know. We're like 20. We're going to be 29 without it. There we go. Oh, we actually got this guy within 20 this time. Really good luck, actually, on this guy. So let's go kill him out. Please, Volkey. We've been doing the... Oh, do I throw this down? I'm slightly scared to do it because it might miss. So I'm not going to bother. Good, he doesn't go for red. And we'll throw this down. Oh, wait, what if it doesn't kill him? Let me move that just in case. Yeah, we'll throw that down now. There we go. Volkey, go! Let's see it. Boom, Volkey, 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 Volkey. No! Gold! Why? Why? Okay, clear. Well, back to the drawing board. Okay. Well, at least we found another gnome, but he had nothing good on him. All just a bunch of useless gold. Oh yeah, let me go update the thing. We're up to 29 now. Will we hit 30 before the end of the stream? Hopefully. And hopefully that 30th one will have a key. Confirmed drop rate, 1 in 30 chance. No, it's definitely a lot higher than that. We're just getting really unlucky. So far we've gone 29. Can we get like a pity key at this point? We might have one of the highest kill counts without actually getting a key. I'm not quite sure what the other kill counts are these days, but I know a lot of people have been getting within like 10 or so. Okay. There's even people that have gotten multiple within 10. And that brings us to 2. There's all the battles for that kingdom. Up to +1. And there we go. Okay. So let's go on to... What do we just do? Pan's Veil? Yeah. So next is Zhejian. We'll go to this. Venberic or Behemoth? Behemoth. Behemoth's better in almost every situation. But Elspeth Penguin. I don't think I can go for that because Elspeth Miss is not worth it. There's a lot of situations where she doesn't gain any mana, which is the whole reason why you don't see me ever using Elspeths anymore. Firebomb's actually a lot better than ever using Elspeth. Also, the problem with Crimson Bat is you sometimes have to double cast if you have a bad board. Also, that team doesn't use Moneylender. We could easily just be using double Firebomb right now if we weren't using Moneylender, which would make this even quicker. Or we could be using the Forest Guardian team, which would also make it slightly quicker. Hey, a Forest Troll thing. I mean, not a Forest Troll, a Forest straight stone, the brown green, whatever it is. Okay, we'll go through this down and add the 2 that I forgot to add. So we're up to 4 battles, and this will be the 5th. And we'll just go throw the Rowan in there, and down it goes. And let me do one more just for good measure, because I forget if I actually did it or not. We'll go to this one. Remove that, throw down a firebomb, and keep moving. You need Money Lender for 400 free gold right now. Every battle you do right now gives 400 free gold. We're getting 938 instead of like 500. We're basically getting 900 per battle instead of 500. That's only for this week, of course. But definitely worth doing it for... It's basically doubling the amount of gold we get. We win slightly slower, but we're getting twice the gold, which overall is worth it. Yeah, situations like this, a firebomb... a second firebomb instead of a Rowan would be better. Because we'd get some damage and then get the mana that we need. Let's get our 3 battles from here. Let's see. I've tried it many times before, the Crimson Bat thing. I personally don't really care for it these days compared to Firebomb. It's why you never see me using Elspeth anymore. Hey, another Arcane. But yeah, I pretty much just completely quit using Elspeth. It's not that she's horrible, it's just that Firebomb is better. And double Firebomb is even better, on top of the better. Because you get the damage and then just clear it out with a single split really quickly. Hey, wow, 2 Arcanes in a row. Okay, let me keep going. Let's see if we can get 3 Arcanes in a row. We've only ever done that once on Christmas Day. Let's see if we can do it again. Come on, Rowan. Get us that 3rd Arcane in a row. Let's see if we can do 4 in a row if we get it. Well, we got a Runic. That's pretty nice, but that's not what we needed. Okay, let's keep going. It's the next kingdom. Yeah, double Penguin allows you to double cast or sometimes even single cast. The only big issue with that is if they have a revive. Because it slows it down to the point that you have to triple cast Crimson Bat. And a triple cast Crimson Bat is very, very, very slow. In PvP and for Explore. So that's one of the other reasons I don't really use it. You can get it slightly better with Tesla because it splits its damage a bit better. But, yeah, you can sometimes have to quad cast and such with it. It's just really annoying when they get revives. At least with Sunbirds, Teslas, and stuff like that, you get and Rowans, you get really good cleanup because their damage accumulates on the troop that you have left. So you don't need to worry about it not being able to kill. Whereas a Crimson Bat, if they revive with something, let's say you have 35 true damage, and then they revive with something that has 36 durability, well, you'll have to cast it 4 times to kill it. You'll have to cast it the initial 2 times to kill it, and then another 2 times if it revives. Oh, nice. Really lucky. We got that gnome with an 8. Oh, this is it. That's the guy who's giving us the Vault Key right there. Watch, it's going to be a Vault Key. Please. Please. Let us end this grind. No, the grind will never end. Even once we get a Vault Key, that doesn't mean we're done getting Vault Keys. This means we finally got a Vault Key. But this will be 30, so I'm happy. We did reach 30 this stream. So did we get a Vault Key? Moment of truth. No! Well, we got the biggest amount of gold. Or actually, I don't even know if it's the biggest amount of gold, but nope. Nope. Well, that was a really lucky one, though. We got that within 8 battles, a gnome. So I'll take it, but there we are. 30 gnomes. 0 Vault Keys. Road to 100 gnomes with 0 Vault Keys. Also, I'm getting really bad luck in another game that I'm playing, too. There's a pet system in it that triggers based on specific events. Normally, you're supposed to get it between about, like, 15 million experience or so. The normal RNG would be about 28 million experience. I'm currently at 44.6 million, and I still haven't gotten it. Almost double the normal rate. And I'm pretty sure we're pretty bad on the current rate of gnomes as well. In Gems of War. We're currently at 30 gnomes without a key. That is insane. Or, you know, without a vault key. Obviously, we've gotten key drops. I think we got in gem key drop 3 to 4 times, and we've gotten event key drop once. Though we have yet to get the vault key drop, which is, of course, the most valuable of all the drops. But yeah, pretty unlucky. Hopefully we can find at least one more by the end of this, though. And if not, oh well. Okay, let's get another explosion down for that. Get our explosion. Get a Rowan. That brings us to 2 battles now. I forget if I did all my battles for this kingdom yet. Let me just do one more just in case it isn't. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. 1 + 1. And try again. What game is it? Oh, old school RuneScape. I've been playing that on the side pretty much for the last year. It's been a side project of mine. Haven't been doing too many videos on it. Probably will be doing some more on it soon, a little bit later this year. There's quite a large grind to the game, but once you get past that grind, there's a lot of content I can start covering. It's the main reason I haven't really been covering much with it. Similar to Gems of War. Like, if you were to start Gems of War right now and try doing content for it, there is very little you could do. You'd have to grind out for like 6 months before you can really start doing content for the game. And that old school RuneScape's kind of the same way. Where you have to have initial grind before you can really start making content for the game. Because you're already so far behind compared to the curve of everyone else who's been playing since day one. Actually, it was the 5-year anniversary yesterday, or on Thursday, for old school RuneScape. RuneScape has been around since like 2001 or something, but I started playing it around 2004, and have been playing it on and off ever since. But I only came to old school RuneScape about a year ago, because I didn't realize it even existed until about a year ago. But yeah, I've been doing it idly. I'm actually playing it literally right now. It's just, it's so AFK, some of the things you can do in it, that it requires almost no actions. It requires about like 10 actions per minute on what I'm doing right now. Just do like one little click and then boom, it just plays itself. It's kind of nice. But let's go do another battle. Oops, I haven't been keeping track of the last few. I think we're up to 4 right now, and we have to do another 2 from this kingdom. We'll go throw down another firebomb. Let's see. What do we even need here? We'll go take the purple there, throw the sunbird down. And down it goes. And one more, because why not? Let's go for good measure. Make it a nice solid 6. Come on, one more treasure gnome. And that treasure gnome, let's see a vault key. If we go 50 without a vault key, there's something wrong. There is something greatly wrong with what is occurring here. Okay, that's definitely enough for that kingdom. Let's see, which ones do we still have left? 4 more kingdoms, and 3 explore each, and then we're done for now. Hopefully we'll get one more gnome in that time. That will be, probably not, because it's 12 more. That'll bring us to 18 total. So there's a good chance we will not get a gnome, but you never know. Could get lucky. Worth a shot. We'll do that. Throw down a firebomb here. Take some reds first. Get all of our manas. Oh no, that's what I meant to do. Meant to take that the other way. Yeah, oh well. We'll go take that down. Could have got an extra turn there, but didn't move the right way. What is the RNG for a vault key for gnomes? We actually don't know. I keep saying about 1 in 10, because based on data I've seen so far, based on my cumulative data compared to other people, it looks like about 1 in 10. Could be 1 in 15, could be 1 in 20. We actually don't have enough data yet to really know. All I know is I've gone 30 without getting one. That's the only thing I currently know. But I don't know what the actual drop rate for it is. I don't think we really have any consensus on what it actually is. Also, you have to keep in mind, whenever there's a vault key event, it's going to be a lot higher than whatever the current rate for it is right now. So let's say it's 1 in 15 right now. It could be like 1 in 5 or something, or 1 in 10 or something. We don't know. For when it's the actual event for it. Also, gnomes will be a lot more common when it's the actual event. Hopefully one of them will come around soon, so we can finally get it. We'll go throw a firebomb down here. And that's full mana. Throw down the Rowan. And there we go. Into the next kingdom, because I believe we did 1 extra there. And now we just have Magrim Woods, Glacial Peaks, and whatever the other one was I forgot. All the way north. Oh yeah, Urskea Kingdom, I remember now. Hey, Xenos again. We'll go kill that up. What is the current fastest explorer? There's a couple different variants. There's Sunbird, Rowan, Double Firebomb. There is Sunbird, Forest Guardian, Double Firebomb. And there is Sunbird, Double Firebomb, and Ogrin. Those are the 3 quickest from what I'm aware of. Also, I guess you could combine them too and build. Oh wow, that was a really good gnome. We got it within 11. Okay, come on, we got our really good luck. Let's see it. Let's see it. Right here. Volkey, right now. Go. Volkey, right there. Boom. End our grind. No! Oh, come on. We hit like the best possible goal. Just give us the Volkey already. Why? I would exchange probably 1,000,000 gold for a Volkey right now. I'll go trade it in. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Oh yeah, we're up at 31 now without a thing. Let me go update it. Where's the thing? 31. No Volkey. There we go. That number better not hit triple digits. No, there's no way we're going to even do that many. Let alone not get a vault key in that time. Okay, well, we're back down to 1. So let me go move the number back to 1. And add a 1 to it because that's the second battle there. And there's a good chance we won't get another gnome for the rest of the stream. Actually, we did get pretty good. We did 4 gnomes. We've been getting really lucky the past last like 15 minutes. This last 15 minutes, we got 3 gnomes. So yeah, really good rate. Unfortunately, the rest of the time, we haven't really been getting much. But really good luck for the end, at least. The only problem is no Volky. But we'll go through a Sunbird here. Get that down. Oops, make sure I keep going for the numbers. Where to go? Put that right there, boom. And we'll do one more battle here for good luck. And then we just have the other 2 kingdoms to do. Glacial Peaks and Urskea. And then we have done the insane, needless challenge of doing every single kingdom with 3 explorers. I did this mainly because someone mentioned there might be a better chance of getting gnomes if you keep switching kingdoms. No, that seems to have no effect, though. Then again, we did get pretty lucky at the end there, though I'm pretty sure that was just pure luck and had no coincidence with the fact that we were constantly switching kingdom. Okay, there we go. We're up to 6 now. Oops, let's not play again. Oh, I guess we'll go do it. Why not? We're already here. Let's go do one more battle here, then switch to the next kingdom. Throw a Sunbird down. I mean, a Firebomb, then Sunbird. Let us cast already. Get that down, double kill, and we're good to go. Most of these teams do a 1-turn team wipe. This easily does a 1-turn team wipe if you do an Ogryn. It's just we're not using the Ogryn variant because we're using Moneylender and Rowan instead. What do we need here? Glacial Peaks, and then we need Urskea. But if I was trying to do this for the quickest possible, I probably would just be using the Sunbird, double Firebomb, with the Ogryn, or something along those lines. It's just I want to keep getting the extra gold too. Is the main reason we're using the Moneylender. Okay, that brings us to 7 battles now, with no gnome. Though we got good enough luck at the end, I don't really care if we don't get another gnome for the rest of the time. Though it would be nice if we could get one last one. And if he could drop a vault key, that'd be great. Okay, we'll throw another one down. That completely misses because he's not made to really do what he's supposed to do. He's not really made to be used on this team. He's kind of just here for the extra, what's it called? The extra gold that he gives. And one more battle for that, and that'll bring us to 9. You've also used Bone Naga, Valkyrie, or Yali and Tesla. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good PvP team. Because you can keep replacing out the what's its name? The Bone Naga with the other troop.
You're an amazing player to set. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Smiley face.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lonely, for the $10 donation. Greatly appreciated. And thanks for that. We are pretty average of a player, I would say. Oh no. I guess maybe slightly above average. But that's mainly just because we play so much. We actually have 4,000 hours in this game, a little bit over 3 years. It's one of the games I have the most amount of time in of any game ever. There's 3 games I have the most amount of time in at this current moment in time. It is Gems of War, the entirety of RuneScape, if you count every single version of it. Like RuneScape, RuneScape 2, Old School RuneScape, RuneScape Classic, if you combine all those together. And every version of Dota and Dota 2, as well as copy-paste versions. Well, I should not really copy-paste, but you know, like, what was it called? Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. If you count like every variant of that was on it, those are the 3 games I have the most amount of time in. As far as the total, I believe for Dota/Dota 2, the total is about the same, about 4,000 to 5,000 hours total. Gems of War is a little over 4,000 right now. I believe across all accounts it's about 4,300. Though my main account says like 4,100 or something, approximately. And RuneScape, I believe, is the absolute highest, mainly because most of the time I do in it is completely AFK while I'm doing other things. And I believe that game is around 8,000 hours that I have in it across all the versions throughout all the time I've ever played it. Though the current account I have in it, I believe, only has about 1,000 hours. And about 90% of it has been completely AFK. As in, I haven't actually been playing on it. I just click like once every 10 minutes and then it does stuff. And that's it. And yeah. And there are a lot of games that actually have, I believe, over 1,000 in, but those are like the main 3 I think I have the most amount of time in. Okay. And we did all the glacial peaks, so let's go to the last and final kingdom, the Urskea Kingdom. Let's see one last gnome, and please get that treasure key. I mean the vault key. Yeah, we're probably not getting a vault key. We'll do this 3 times and that'll be it. We'll be back with Puzzle Quest in about an hour and a half from now. More towards an hour and a half from now. I mean, not an hour and a half, sorry. 3.5 hours from now. We'll be back with Puzzle Quest and doing more quests and puzzles with that. Well, obviously, it's called Puzzle Quest. And those are the 2 main things we're doing in it, puzzles and quests. And other than that, we'll be back with Gems of War in about 7 hours from now, after we do these final 2 battles. And if anyone has any last-minute questions, feel free to leave them now. Otherwise, we'll be back about 7 hours from now for the nightly stream with dungeons and everything, and Guild Wars. Also, it's going to feel weird. Only 2 last days of Guild Wars until we have the cycle of the other 2 game modes. So it's going to feel weird not having to do Guild Wars every single day. We'll have a completely new game mode that we'll have to do now. We will still be streaming every single night. That's not going to be changing. But of course, we won't have we won't have Guild Wars. We'll have the new game mode that has come out, and that'll be starting next Monday. And that's kind of cool too, because we'll actually have Monday content too. Oh yeah, the play again button is amazing. It's one of the best features added this patch for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. It's really amazing. Okay, we'll do these last 2 battles and that'll be it. Actually, I think this is the last battle, but we'll do 1 more, just in hopes that we could get lucky off of one final one. Let's see, can we get lucky? Let's go to the luckiest possible kingdom we can. Come on, Whitehelm. Give us that luck. Let's see him right there. Boom. Let's see him right in that 2nd slot, or any slot, doesn't matter where. Nope, that's not him. Ah, okay, we're not getting him. And that's it. We have done our Explorer in every single kingdom. We did 3+ Explorers in every kingdom simultaneously in 1 session. That was completely pointless, but we did it, because why not? we were about to do about the exact same thing anyways, if we were just to spam 1 kingdom, so we might as well have done all the kingdoms like we did. And there we go. Well, we've done Explorer in every kingdom now. 3+, all consecutively. Yeah, we got about 4. No, 3. Was it 3 or 4? We did about 3 or 4 in that single segment. We did, yeah, it was 3, but we did 4 this entire stream. So yeah, we got 4 gnomes this stream, not too bad. We're up to 31 now without a vault key. Really wish we would have got a vault key, but the grind continues. Hopefully eventually we'll get it. Probably just gonna have to wait until we finally get a event for it though, but at this point, yeah, we're not really getting that lucky. Oh yeah, I did read it and thanked you a couple minutes ago. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Lonely, for the donation. Greatly appreciated. Did you say something in chat? I didn't actually see what you just mentioned though. Sorry if I overlooked it. There you are. Yes, I did get your donation. Thank you so much for it. Very generous. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for the, or for now. I'll be back in, as I mentioned, 3.5 hours from now for Puzzle Quest. 7 hours from now for the Gems of War again, doing Guild Wars and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. And then tomorrow we'll be back again, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, later during the day to do the final Guild Wars. And then we'll have raids the following day. And of course the new event as well for Monday. Yep, thank you again, Mr. Lonely. And I enjoy helping all of you guys out. It's a lot of fun doing this. It is a great amount of time, or a great, words. I really enjoy doing all this and being able to help and all that. I really appreciate all of you guys coming and giving your support, because it really helps financially and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for tonight. Or for now. Wow, I am all over the place. You can tell when I am streaming too much, when I am just so disoriented right now. But I will see you all later. Thank you all for coming down. And best of luck with the if you're looking for gnomes and any keys, anything like that. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.